A wizard is never late. Nor is he early. He arrives precisely when he means to.
That is correct, and I have arisen precisely when I meant to. And I am also on time, oddly. Which doesn't contradict what I just said, but hey. What's up, everybody? How you doing? Hold on, let me double check. Got a couple of people coming in that I know of, and then I'm going to drop the link. I think I dropped the link to a random group, but hold up. I'm once again running behind on everything. Link is on FB. Fresh book. That's the link. If you want to come in, come on in. Do not gleek on the original mic. I didn't get the original. I haven't even asked how much the original is. What's up, Jojo? I know I kicked Jojo off this table. He's a little perturbed that he's got to be off the computer. Do you still have sparkles on your eyes? And then Eden's been putting makeup on him. What's wrong with these children? Let me see. View on YouTube. Everybody do the like and share thing. I'll let people know we are going to be doing this and hanging out and watching the Kim Jung Gi cover creation watch party. All right, so sharing it out to Twitter. Why does the Twitter share always take so long? Going live. Tweet. Y'all do the same thing, please do. Eden has no sisters to practice. It makes sense. I know. Let's say hi to some people. What's up? Nighthawk, P Money, Kung Flu Kitty, Iron Luke, Some Big Jerk, Colonel Irwin, Zach Richmond, J Hamilton, P Money. I already said that, didn't I? I did say that. Ziped, a unicorn. And so far, that's all the people that have commented. So, Roscoe Davis. What's up, Roscoe? Now I forgot what I was doing over here. What was I doing over here? Oh, yeah. Sharing it out. So let's share this out over to whatever communities I can even think of. So post there, post it here, post it there, post it everywhere. And let's get this party started. So Kelsey is supposed to be here, but he's having a little bit of a trouble with God. The hurricane has struck him, or not him, but blew a power line out, and so he's gonna try to get on with his phone vis-a-vis his telefonica, cabina telefonica. I forget those. Italian for telephone. From what I can recall, telephone cabinet. So I guess it would be like a telephone booth. Cabina telefonica. I went to Italy in 1997. It's been a very, very long time. I apologize for my lack of modern Italian vernacular. Yeah, this hurricane is kind of ridiculous. On the one hand, very little rain here, but lots of wind. You know, I know very little about your hurricane, Zach, and what you're going through. I do apologize for that. But hey, guys, I want you to check something out. If you go over to... Oh, no. What is happening? No web page was found for this web address. Did I write it wrong? LONESTARcomic.com. Reload. Okay. Something is afoot. Something is amiss. Something missed my foot. Let me... Dadgummit. I know he fixed it. The redirect for LoneStarComic.com should have taken me to... Hold on, let me double check his redirect. LoneStarComic.com, clicking that there. Okay, there, it goes right to it. All right, I put up the Lone Star Mind of the Monster mailing list, so you guys can get started on that. But now I have to actually change the video. I don't know why it's not working vis-a-vis the link I put in the description. That seems very odd. Is it because I had a capital H? Let me try that. Save.
It's cap sensitive.
It's cap sensitive? All right. I will double check one more time. Click. Hey, there it goes. Okay. All right. Sharing screen. Here we are at the Lone Star Mind of the Monster Indiegogo sign up page. So, ladies and gentlemen, there will be a secret tier for, I fixed it. There will be a secret tier for the Mind of the Monster campaign only for the mailing list. You guys know, some of you are our first brigaders, and you know, second brigaders, you guys know you'll get a brigade secret tier. But for this, you get another. I haven't even decided what I want to do yet, but it'll be something nice. And here you have the Kim Jung Gi exclusive cover, which Kim Jung Gi exclusive cover you can only get obviously on the LoneStarComic.com page. So go over there. I didn't spend a lot of time on this. I'll probably do another one maybe later tonight or something. And as I get some colors in, Kelsey Shannon's going to be coloring this bad boy. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. What's up, James Hayes? Yes, I hope everyone is having a good night, too. So far, so good. Just kind of waiting for... I don't want to start the video yet until I get some people in here. Yo. Let me see if Kelsey is alive. Kelsey, are you okay? Phone still working? Do I get to drunk commentate? Go for it. Go for it. All right. I have nothing back here from... See, this is what happens. I was at church, and then I had to come home, and then I had to make dinner. And I had to eat dinner, and then I had to come here. I was literally here 1 minute before I'm supposed to start the show. So I didn't have the time to corral the kittens and make sure get everyone in here. But we'll see. I'm good, Nighthawk. Kung Fu, Kitty, I'm great tonight. I'm drawing. Will Kelsey Shannon become a myth like Kevin Sharp? Kevin's not a myth. He is legend. Huh? Well, I can do that. So Zippy. No, Zippy, I don't think you can. Will this be offered in black and white? It will, El Rodis. As soon as I saw this piece, I'm like, okay, that's it. I have to do... Sorry, guys. I got to do the Virgin variant covers again because this has to be a blank. Just the art. So Kevin Sharp is MIA. Where is his comic Dragon Guard Mike? What do you mean he's MIA? He's been around. He was on Drawn and Quartered this weekend. You mean he's MIA right now? Yeah. That's for trues. Let's see if Jimmy's busy. Going live. So Kelsey had a good talk with Mike Barron today. They mentioned Monster Hunt 2, which is the Mike Barron Matthew Weldon book. I don't know where Matthew Weldon is. You know what sucks? I keep forgetting to put Matt's cell phone in my phone so I can bug him off the internet. But he's given it to me. I don't know how to find it. And annoy him into getting his buttocks in here. And again. All right. So for those who don't know, let's do a real quick Kim Jung Gi video search here. For those who don't know who Kim Jung Gi is. He is just legend. It's legendary, I think is better. Maybe that's what you meant by is he legend. Xander says, hi, Mike. I got some good news on Sunday. I'm starting back to work at SeaWorld. Oh, Xander, right on, man. They called me today, and I'm able to work as a culinary until rides open. Right on, dude. Xander is a real-life friend. Working at... Elijah said hi. Weldon's number is 676. Mike, Gary got 35 likes for his live stream earlier tonight. Very nice. Very nice for Gary. Let me see if I can find something. Yeah, I just want to do like, just going to show, I'm going to just run this sort of in the background. This is obviously not my piece, but you guys can just check out and see the epicness. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to actually do a 1.5, speed this up a little bit. Just so I don't get any like weird copyright strikes or anything like that. But yeah, Kim Jung Gi, South Korean illustrator who he does these phenomenal works where I think he just visualizes the whole thing. I always used to think he had a photographic memory, but really he says he doesn't. He says what he does is that he just memorizes everything. Right, Kelsey Shannon? Kelsey is here via candlelight, it appears.
Oh, man. Oh, I was going to show this video. I'm glad you're showing it to introduce who he is.
Yeah.
Oh, man,
yeah.
I'm sweating my ass off here, man. I got no air conditioner or anything.
Oh,
it's
no.
hot. I'm going to move this light. I'm going to move this fire a little further away from me. There you go. I got torches.
I hope you have enough battery life, man.
Yeah, I got a little bit.
All right, Kelsey, why don't you give us a little bit of a intro into how you discovered Kim Jung Gi?
Oh, I wonder how. He just showed up on YouTube, kind of out of nowhere. Suddenly, oh, you know what it was? At first, it was this other guy who had some mental thing going on where you could fly him up in a helicopter. He could look around for a minute and then bring him back down.
I saw that guy too.
You remember that guy?
Yeah.
And he could draw the entire city. It was crazy.
Yeah.
And then when I was watching that, I saw a video of him, and I thought it was the same guy. And then I was like, oh no, this guy's got much more like knowledge or something. It's less about just natural ability. Well, I mean, maybe it is, but there's work behind what he's doing.
Yeah. I was saying that I used to think that he had a photographic memory, but I've watched interviews with him. No, he says he doesn't. He says that like you know how you and I, we can draw Wolverine like from any angle because we have him memorized, right? Because we've drawn him multiple times. And that's what it takes for an artist to put something in your memory bank is you have to draw it, right? So like I can draw a 1962 Volkswagen Beetle like probably as well as he can draw every other car in the world because I had one and I used to draw it all the time, right? But he says that's what he does is he looks at things and he draws them. He'll draw tractors, he'll draw batteries, he'll draw gas tanks, he'll draw everything and just get the muscle memory and the drawing memory of pretty much everything that he sees. And he says that even if he doesn't have a drawing pad, he will sit there and draw it in his mind. And Kelsey is locked up. Isn't photographic memory same as memorizing what he sees?
Yeah, you were roboting real bad. I don't know if that's me or it might be me.
I'm pretty sure that was you. How's your signal?
Yeah, this is crazy. Obviously not great.
Nah.
All right.
Well, did you hear anything I said? He just memorizes everything he can find.
But why? I
And
mean, that's just so weird.
why? It'd be rad. I'd love to be able to do this.
Well, I mean, we
And then
do it all the time. We do it while we're drawing comics. I've drawn hundreds of things, but I still have to like look at a telephone before I draw it.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, it depends. I mean, if you're trying to do like an actual phone, but I don't have like different models of phone in my memory banks.
Right. I don't have different
I barely have
treads
cars.
Yeah. Look, he's got like different treads on every tire. He's like probably Yeah, but okay, I'm gonna say that it's that practice, but he's also, I don't know, some sort of a savant or something where he can memorize much more stuff much more quickly than you and I could. Because it's just phenomenal. Am I robot? Tomo arigato, Mr. Roboto. Poor Kelsey.
I am Unicron. It's all transportery.
Optimus Prime. He's a savant, says Jay Hamilton. I think there's some savantish stuff in there. Someone was asking if this and photographic memory are the same thing. No, they're not. I had a friend who was asking me, he's like, can anybody learn to draw? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, yeah, but do you have to learn? I'm like, yeah. And he's like, I don't think it's true. He's like, my wife just sat down and drew this Frazetta and it was like spot on. And I'm like, does she have a photographic memory? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, well, that's cheating.
Well, my brother, who's never drawn a thing in his life, discovered that he can draw pretty much whatever he looks at. So he's been taking like photographs and things like that. He could draw photo real pretty damn good. And for someone that's never drawn a thing in his life, I'm blown away.
Yeah.
But it's just mimicry. I mean, that's actually how I started drawing, is just mimicking whatever I saw.
Mm-hmm. I think most people do, right?
I guess. Hold on. I
mean, I was 9 years old. I could draw stuff right out of a book, and people were just amazed because I was 9. But that's not the same thing as creating stuff out of your mind. So I think it's a much
that's like that. That's like the next level, I guess. Once you categorize enough stuff in your head, you can start placing it around in like your mental staging, of a scene.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm finding it like easier as I go, little by little. This is why I was telling people because some people think I'm like really fast, and I'm like, I am, but it's because I've done it so long that I have like easy solutions for problems. I'm like, oh, what do I do here? Well, I could do this. That'll work. All right, done. Move on.
And in the case of what we're talking here, dude, referencing stuff slows you down so much.
Yeah.
It's like hitting the brake on a race car. It's like, if I know how to draw everything I'm drawing, it's like, blah, blah, blah.
But see, he's he's not I mean, he's not really being called to draw this stuff. He must just really like it. I mean, he just draws this every day anyway.
Yeah, I don't know what he even does with these things.
I'm gonna bring you outside.
All right. I'm gonna set up. I think we've introduced who Kim Jung Gi is, and if you guys aren't already impressed, there's something wrong with you. So
I mean, how could you not? He's pretty much taken everybody by storm.
Yeah. And so it is quite a phenomenal coup that I managed to get Kim Jung Gi for a cover for Lone Star. And so I am going to figure out where I put the download.
Is Super Annie his management, or what is that?
Not that I know. I talked to someone in Japan. So, and we've lost Kelsey. That's all right. I'm just sitting here trying to find a video anyways. So what did I put it? Lone Star HIJKL. Lone Star G. Okay, this is the first one. All right, I'm gonna put this up, and I'm gonna move my banner because it's over his paperwork, and then hopefully, the great one.
I don't know how that happened. Oh, is this the one?
This is the one. So this is him beginning. This is real time. This is not. All right, let me just turn that off.
What a weird page size.
A4, I think it is.
Is this is it wide? He's doing it wide. It's a wide thing.
No. This is. I mean, if you pull back, you can see it because this is it's a vertical piece, and it's not comic size. It's a little wider than comic size. So we're gonna have to, when you color it, we're gonna have to do some finagling to figure out how to best format it for comic size. Maybe throw up some colors above and below that flesh out the scene.
You can do this, right? Let's start drawing from nothing.
Not as well as this.
I know Frega's been putting on a big show. He could do that. I'm like, man, I can't do that. I just don't even want to try.
Yeah, Weldon can do it like a freaking champ, man.
And these are guys that, well, hell, I draw probably as much as they do, but I don't know, man.
It's a different skill set. And look, I just tried this on the last page I did. I showed you that, right? In DMs.
Oh, what do you mean? You tried? Oh, you mean going from like a loose to
Yeah. But that was the thing. I didn't build anything. I just put the pencil down on paper and I started drawing those figures. So the lines you saw that was all the lines that there were on that paper.
Mm-hmm.
There was no underdrawing or anything, and it's kind of like this, but a lot looser. I mean, because he's just going in and he just starts with details. It's just kind of crazy.
I can do it from like a loose layout like that to a degree, but starting from like nothing. I mean, I have a hard enough time penciling when it's a blank sheet of paper. Like, what do I do? What if I pencil something wrong?
I think I'm gonna keep up that kind of layout stuff and try to get my mind into this state, because that's what Dan said, is that it's just learning. It's like practicing or developing a muscle you've never used before, right? We're capable of it, but it's a totally different way of thinking and building out artwork, building out the figures and the scenes.
Yeah, what I was saying to you earlier is like I have such an issue with proportions, especially in perspective and trying to keep it looking like a normal human being.
Mm-hmm.
He's watched his videos where he talks about how to do that, and he's just balance everything with like, how big this goggle is in comparison to the face, and how big this figure is as compared to the door he's standing next to,
Mm-hmm.
So you constantly have to. Oh, I fizzled out
A little bit.
I think I fizzled out.
You're back.
Yeah, it's
Hey, you're on your phone. If you want to blow it up.
Come back.
All right. Well, when you come back, you see, he's going. All right. Well, I'm gonna sit here and watch this. And Jim Lee is the Bob Sky Marshal. Please. I did the same thing. I just forgot to develop a talent. Is that a wild Kelsey? That is indeed a wild Kelsey Shannon. And you can see over here in the corner, right here, he's using the Elliot Fernandez cover to Lone Star redo as his reference for the character. He's not even using my art as reference. That's fine. That's fine. And he's using a sumi brush, which it's a traditional Japanese calligraphy brush, although it's a small pointed one or a small tipped one. I wonder if he's using sumi ink. Oh, somebody slid it back in the view. Rip, Kelsey. I don't want to offend, says Sky Marshall. All right, then don't offend. Poor Kelsey. I know. Look, his power is out. He's living on the edge in the bayou. I could just sit here and watch this silently, but that's probably going to be kind of annoying for you guys, right? Real time. I mean, it's a hurricane. Yeah. Kelsey is unfortunately in the middle of a hurricane. I wonder if trouble. Guess who's back? Back again. Tell a friend. So I was going to tell you, in your little screen, if you hit, there's a little square on the bottom right hand corner of the screen you're watching. It'll full screen it.
Oh yeah. Oh, I was gonna look at the chat. Nighthawk Warrior, Thick X, Dark Admiral March, Kung Flu Kitty. How you guys doing? DJ Peterson, Rascal Davis.
I always call him Rascal.
All right, what now?
Full screen.
I can't X out of this. Here we go.
Jung Gi is 45 years old right now. How old are you, Kelsey?
45. Freaking bastard.
That yellow bastard.
Jerk off. How dare he be so talented? Yeah, I mean, yeah, but you know, let's see him do Photoshop.
Yeah. Let's see you on Photoshop, jerk.
I've seen this guy pick up watercolor and just virtuoso. You know, same thing with just about anything this guy picks up.
Yeah.
He immediately can do it like a pro.
Yeah.
You know? It's crazy. God, he's so detailed. See, if I did this, I would finish this face and then I'd screw up his jacket and it would be over, you know? I mean, it would be like that hand. I'd get down, okay, what the hell was this hand for?
Well, okay, to be fair, and everyone doesn't know this, but Kelsey does. He did do a thumbnail of this that I've had for, I don't know, almost a month. Well, a few weeks. And so he did lay it out first, very professional, sent it to me, asked me if I approved. Well, he didn't, his manager did. Got approval on the thumbnail. I said, it's awesome. And so he is working on the thumbnail right now. So Maldicienten says, may I ask, how did you contact Mr. Jung Gi? Not the info, just the circumstances. I met him in Japan at Tokyo Comic Con. He was practically sitting right behind me. And so I went and I introduced myself and I asked him if I told him I wanted to ink a cover. I wanted to commission him so that I could ink a cover of his, because I don't think I've ever seen anybody ink them. And I just thought that would be so epic. Like I'm a terrible colorist, so I can't color his stuff. Someone else has that honor.
Well, I mean, does he ever just pencil stuff? Does he ever had anybody else work over him?
I've never seen anyone else ink. I mean, I've seen him use a pencil, so I know he can use a pencil.
That's true.
But that's the thing. When I saw him, he kind of gave me this weird look, and he said he wanted to see my ink, so I went and I grabbed my portfolio and I brought it over to him, and he's looking through it, and he's like, and he got a big smile on his face, and he's like, yeah, and he's like, talk to my manager, obviously, because he only speaks Korean, but I guess he just plumb forgot, but
you got to imagine how many people his house is I watch his streams where he's drawing pages for that book right now, and his house is just filled with people constantly.
Oh yeah.
Or he doesn't even live there. It's his studio, and like people are always there, and then I get the idea that his family, like his life at home too, is like really just busy. There's always people around.
Oh.
Like your place.
Yeah. Right. Oh my gosh.
I mean, I can't do it, man. I have a hard time like working. I don't know. I got to get in that like zone where you forget everything around you, and then like somebody's asking you a question and you don't even hear it.
Really?
Yeah, I got to get into that place.
That sounds wonderful.
Yeah. Hey, I mean, it's rare. I said this where I like to get. I mean, I'm up and down every like 5 minutes having to go do something or whatever. And especially this time of year, we've had like 5 hurricanes.
Yeah.
And I know the one that I don't prepare for is the one that's going to hit. So got to prepare for all of them. This is crazy because what?
You ever used a Sumi brush?
No, but I'd like to. I mean, I've used a lot of brushes, but I mean, what's the difference here?
I don't even know what kind of hair they use in this. I have several of them. I always end up going back to the standards, although, I'm using these cheapy Pentel ones now, these watercolor fillet like Walden.
Those are actually kind of fun.
Because they're made by machines, they're completely consistent. So you can always get a good tip on one of these things as opposed to, Winsor Newton for.
As long as you don't make the mistake of like filling it full of ink, because I did that the first time I did it, and it just pours ink out of it.
Yep. That's great for filling in blacks, though.
Yeah. Very quickly, because it'll be pouring out and ruin something if you're not careful. He just like is so methodical. I mean, for some reason you get the idea that he's fast. It's just that he just sits there and does it until it's finished, and he doesn't pause a whole lot.
Yeah, someone.
You guys are paused right now.
There's an Aaron Lopresti here too. What's up, Aaron?
Well, I just got finished with my first day of Aaron Con 5 this evening, so I saw your little invitation. I said, you know what? Well, I'll stop by and see the gang.
Right
Looks like
on.
a small gang tonight, though.
The whole gang is me and Kelsey Shannon. Do you know Kelsey?
I'm sure I do, but hello, Kelsey.
Huh?
It's Aaron Lopresti.
Oh, man, I can't.
Kelsey's in the middle of a storm, and it's knocked out his power, so he's on his cell phone.
I did that once from a hotel room. It did not go well. Kept dropping.
And there goes Kelsey. He'll be here in and out. But Kelsey's he used to hang out with the Gaijin guys. I don't remember I think he might have been in the studio. But phenomenal talent. He's doing Nora's Saga as part of those the Allegiance Arts books.
Oh. Yeah, that's right. I did see that.
Yeah, and he's coloring this my Kim Jung Gi cover.
You have a Kim Jung Gi cover.
This is Kim Jung Gi drawing my cover. He sent me the video.
Oh my word! And he's just this guy. He just starts drawing. It's just amazing.
Yep.
Now, how did you swing this?
I met him in Japan. All of us Asians know each other, so.
Well, yeah, you guys all look alike and the whole thing, but I mean, what were you doing in Japan? Just
Tokyo Comic Con.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I just actually told the story. I met him there, and I actually asked him if he could pencil a cover for my book because I wanted to ink it. And he was excited by the idea, but it appears that he had forgotten that, because that was wow, 2 years ago. Was that 2 years ago I went to Japan? I don't remember. It must have been almost 2 years ago.
Did you did you pay for this, or is he offering this as a
No. I'm paying for this. We
Like,
didn't become best friends while we hung out in Japan.
Well, like, can I ask how much he charges for one of these?
You can, but I'm not going to say it online.
Well, I mean, it'd be the same for like a commission or something, wouldn't it? I mean,
I don't know. I'll just message it to you on.
Okay, yeah, I'm curious. Is anybody watching right now?
Yeah.
Is there supposed to be a decimal in there someplace?
No.
You're full of it.
Well, it's yen.
Okay, what did that? I don't know what that means. Sure.
I haven't paid him yet. I like asked his manager. I'm like, how do you want me to pay for this? And she hasn't gotten back to me yet. But that's the set price, that much yen, and then I have to. So I don't know what the how much yen versus the dollar is right now.
You don't even know how much you're paying for this. What are you telling me?
I have a ballpark idea.
Okay.
It's 105 yen to a dollar. Well, I'm really hoping that the dollar strengthens before I pay.
Oh man, that's good stuff right there.
Yeah. So now he's drawing Svarog, which is the my main bad guy for the books. Hey, did you get the sketch cards done?
The what?
Oh, brother. We'll talk later.
No, I got a bunch of sketch cards from you laying around here someplace, but I didn't know what I was supposed to do with them.
Well, if you could do, I gave you extras.
Yeah.
I think I sent you 10. Did I send you 10? I think.
I don't know. Yeah, there was probably. I got to find them. I know they're over there someplace. But
All right.
oh, that's a good chunk of change for a cover. I just did the.
It is, but dude, it's Kim Jung Gi.
Yeah,
Everyone
I know.
I've showed this to is like, what?
Now, do you get to keep the art?
No, I haven't negotiated that yet.
So this isn't like I'm buying a commission from you. This is, I just want the printing rights to this piece.
That's right.
And he's keeping the original?
So far. I really want it, though. I really want the original for this.
Oh, man. I can't even imagine how much more he's going to charge you for that.
I
But,
don't know.
well, this is, I mean, that's kind of probably, what do you think that's probably Adam Hughes' range, though?
I don't know. I don't know what Adam charges.
I don't either, but I'm just guessing.
I know that for probably somebody like Adam or Art Adams or, these guys, that's like a Marvel cover rate. Actually, it's probably less than a Marvel cover rate.
Well, yeah, but those guys, if they're doing painted work, they're probably getting more than just would be a high-end cover rate.
True. Wait, why are people throwing the number 2K around in the chat as if they know? 200,009 yen. Mike, people are just throwing numbers up there. Nobody.
Yeah, I don't think that amount you sent me showed up on the screen.
No.
Look, he's drawing a hand there, and he's just going to connect the arm, and it's all going to fit.
Right. See, that's what he does.
I know. It just blows my mind.
It is.
I mean, I could do that, but I'm guessing the arm wouldn't probably work out. I mean, we can eyeball it, but I mean, he does these intricate things. He just builds stuff on top of each other, and it's just remarkable, really.
It's doable, Aaron. It's doable. So I
Well,
need you to
obviously
start
he's
practicing.
doing it, but you have to have the right kind of mind for that.
I need you to start practicing. Yeah, that's his layout right there. That piece of red paper. Or
What?
he
What
did a
piece-
layout. He did
he
a
did do a
layout.
layout?
Yeah,
Oh,
and then
okay.
he sent it to me. It looked pretty darn good just by itself. And so
This red thing sticking in the side there. Is that what you're talking about?
yeah. Or there in a corner. This is Matt Weldon in 10 years as a fuzzy creature. If Matt could learn how to use a brush, then maybe, but he only knows how to use ballpoint pens at this point.
Well, okay, so which version, what Lone Star comic is this going to be for?
Lone Star 3, Mind of the Monster. Link is in the description for signing up to the email list, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, so you have like 3 issues or 2 issues out of Lone Star.
Yeah.
And they're each like what, 48 pages or something?
Yep.
Okay, so how many copies of the first issue did you sell about?
Oh, that's a great question. I really should have done the math on that when I did them.
You really should have. Okay, what about the second issue? How many copies did you sell? How many backers did you get?
I can tell you how many I printed. I can't tell you how many backers did I get. I got around 2,000 backers.
For the second one or the first one?
For the second one.
Okay.
Which I think was up, about 400 backers from the first one, roughly.
So you did roughly sold 1,600 of the first one and then 2,000 of the second one?
Well,
that's good.
No, I had that many customers. Some of my dude, I have one customer ordered 62 items off of my campaign. So,
wow.
And he's in Australia, so it cost me over $600 just to ship it to him. Hi, Elliot.
What's up, man? Sorry, I was asleep.
Well, thanks for making
this
the rest of it priority. You got to get your sleep, Elliot.
Yeah, I do.
I know. Me too. I slept until 2:00 this afternoon.
I thought I was like, let's take a quick little 10 minutes, and then it turned into a couple hours.
This is fascinating,
isn't it? I'm wondering if he's using Sumi ink too with that brush.
Does he speak English?
No, only Korean. Elliot, by the way, can you see on the side of the screen there what he's using for reference?
No.
Right here. You can't see this right here?
Oh, the cover?
Yep.
Is that the one?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fun.
Is that dude biting his shoulder? Is that what's going on there?
That's what's going on there.
Is that like some sort of vampire thing?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll do a cover for you and charge you a half of what you're paying him. A third. I'll do it for a third of what you're paying him.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I do.
I'm here to save you money, Mike.
Yeah, I want to I don't know. I was trying to figure now who else, because when I got this, I did a reveal stream where I got a first reaction of me actually seeing the finished piece. I was trying to think who else would like nerd me out to this level. Who would nerd you out if you're like someone to do a cover for your book?
Probably Adam Hughes. If I did a Kit Carter book and had him do like a cover for it. I'd be like the same like you. I'd be like, okay, I got to buy the original too. You know, not only do I have to pay him to do the cover, and I got to buy the original.
Yeah.
So you hope you do way over what you were hoping on your Kickstarter or your Indiegogo. So you have the extra cash you could pay him for the original.
Yeah, and someone was asking me if it was financially, if this is going to be a loss, because it's not like, I don't know, is the audience that I'm targeting this towards gonna buy enough of these for me to make up the cost on the cover, and as compared to, you know, like having somebody else do one for much less.
Well, has this dude ever done a comic cover before?
I think he's done some Marvel covers.
Oh, has he really?
I thought so.
I can't believe they'd spend that much money to get him to do a cover.
Comic book cover.
I have one of his books, but only one. It's super expensive. His art books.
Yeah, but they're worth it, right?
Somebody sent me a link, or I saw it on Facebook. Let me see. It was one of these guys. I don't think it was him, but let me see.
Oh yeah, he's done some DC variant covers.
Yeah.
Stonehouse's Anatomy. You guys ever heard of that?
No.
Stonehouse's Anatomy?
No.
Holy smokes. Check that out. I'm going to get one just for it's by an Asian artist that I'm unfamiliar with, but holy smokes. It's incredible. But it's like an $80 book or something because it's like really big, but it's got all these anatomical drawings, but then it has like different stages of like a superhero drawing from the basic anatomy all the way up to the finished product of it was just really good. I don't know. I saw an ad for it on, I guess it was on Facebook, and I followed the link, and they had several books at this site. They were all by Asian artists. So I assume it's a,
Hey, thanks, Richard. I'll send you the link if you want to drop in.
Mike, it's funny. I thought you were just gonna do like a time lapse. I'm like, oh, this is the whole thing.
Yeah, 6 hours. 6 days later, we're like, oh, that was amazing.
No, that's the crazy thing, because you've seen the finished cover, right? It only takes them like 2 hours.
What?
It only takes them 2 hours.
Huh.
Wow, you got this really depressed look on your face, Elliot.
Well, he's getting a pretty good hourly rate then.
We don't do this for the hourly rate.
I know. But still, you do it for the artist.
What you do?
What,
I want to hit bathroom time too.
He's taking a break. This guy. All right, hold on a second. This is the first video. I gotta load up the second one. So say hi, everyone.
Hi, everyone. How many people are watching right now?
59 people watching. Yo, Scissor.
Well, they haven't heard of Kim. They're gonna get a good dose of it now. And he's incredible. Where's my stuff?
I know, right? Richard, I'm gonna send you an invite on if you're not in bed. On
He's a California guy, isn't he?
Facebook. All right, where's the other one? No, that's the first one. I need the second one. There it is. All right.
This is the art book I have, Mike. Do you have this one? 2018. This thing.
No, Look at the size of that thing.
Pardon
And
me.
I had another one I gave away as a gift to my buddy. It's shorter and real thick. It was I want to say it was 2015 or 2016, but it was a little red book. This one is I can't go through the pages too much because there's some of it is naughty, but look at this thing. Look at that.
Yeah, Kim Jung Gi's kids call him a pervert, so just keep an eye.
Yeah. It's I got to be careful what I show, but some I mean not all of it's like that. It's just that some of it is, and so
yeah.
let's see, like oh, look at this. This is cool. This is I was making sure, Mike. I'm just making sure. This is Thundercats versus Ninja Turtles. It's crazy.
Nice.
And then I guess this is Batman.
That's sort of a different style for him too. He's
Oh,
probably
it's
where.
like
I really like his like motorcycles and stuff like that. That's the stuff that just like blows me away because that stuff is so hard for me.
Yeah, like here's looks like Stan Lee with some
video that he
some
wants to draw.
characters from Marvel. Oh, dropping stuff out of it.
Oh yeah, that's gorgeous.
Oh my goodness.
Well,
There's some nudie bits on the other page there, Mister.
I just saw that. I was like, whoa.
All right. Let's get back to something I know is PG.
I mean,
he's gonna draw Lone Star without his pants on. You watch.
that's what it was. Yeah.
Force One Studio says, Elliot, how much did that book set you back?
I don't remember. I think it was probably $80 to $100 at New York Comic Con a couple years ago.
Mm.
It wasn't cheap because they were charging what they would charge to get the book plus, or this might be a little bit less because I know they had some that were more expensive. There was some that were like a couple $100 or something like that, but they were like the last few of. And if you did get them from him, you have to get them shipped from Korea.
Yeah, did you get it head sketching it?
Oh wow!
It's funny. I'm watching it on StreamYard, but it's so much bigger over on this channel.
Yeah. My thing is about his work is that it's so impressive is that he's able to pull this off at the scale he does. Everything's in proportion to everything else, but it does me no good because I'm never going to be able. I don't know what it is that he does this way. But he is it seems like photographic memory.
Yeah, we had this discussion earlier. I always thought it was photographic memory, but listening to him in an interview, he's like, I just draw everything and basically until he memorizes it. Like he'll see a tractor and he'll start drawing it, right? And he'll like see a gas can and he'll draw it because it's just like, I use the example of we all know how to draw Wolverine, right?
Yeah.
We all know how to draw every costume of Wolverine that we've drawn in the past because once we've drawn it once or twice, it's in our art memory. I don't know how you want to call it. I use the example that I can draw a 1962 Volkswagen Beetle probably as well as Kim Jung Gi could draw 400 different cars because I used to draw my car. But he does that like with everything. And I think he's got some sort of savant memory that allows him to memorize a lot more of this stuff than the average Joe.
Yeah. He doesn't. He won't say that, but it seems like that's got to be it. Maybe he doesn't recognize it, but
right. Or maybe he's trying to encourage the rest of us to try harder.
Yeah.
Well, you've also got to have that sort of innate ability to be able to sort of map out what you're doing so that it all fits proportionally in your space.
And that's what he's doing. Like when you said, look, he just drew this hand over here. That's how he maps it out. And he'll draw like little marks of like, okay, this hand goes here because I know that's as far as I can go. And then I know that like there's a corner of the table here. So he'll put like down a mark or something, or he'll draw the corner of the table and then he'll jump back to some other part, so that he's constantly like framing his characters or his vehicles or whatever, his objects into the scene he has it in his mind, as he has it in his mind.
Oh.
I want to practice, man. I'd love to be able to do this, but
it just amazes me, because even if you're like, messing around with, just got a pen in your hand and you're, doodling or whatever, at some point you're going to go, this waist is too long, or this thigh isn't long enough. You're going to go and you have to adjust a little bit, to be able to just sort of, without doing a layout underneath and getting your proportions right and everything, your layout correct. It just, you go in there with a brush, and it's like, dude, you better be right the first time.
Are we going to have some happy little accidents?
Well, yeah, and you also got to remember, okay, who's overlapping whom, and wait a minute, do I have a hand coming in to grab this boot? I better not, you know what I mean? It's just like,
well, I also wonder then, is he really planning out the whole thing at once, or is he just building it at once? Like
in this case, there was a thumbnail. He did the thumbnail.
Okay.
But in those cases of where he does this stuff on those giant walls, I don't think he does. I think the only reason he did the thumbnail is to get the approval from me to go ahead with the cover.
Yeah, for what you're paying for it, I'd want approval too.
Right.
Buddy, you better show me every stage of the way here, pal.
He's pretty. He's pretty well sought after. He's, and even when in the book that I gave away, it was a friend of mine. He was really interested in it. He had given me he had done a sketch for me. It was a real basic sketch. Did it in the moment, that's all he does at these conventions: sketching. And what I was so impressed with, for me, it's not as important to me to have just a small sketch. I mean, that's cool and all, but it was cool that he did it. But my point is, though, that he's, I know that everyone, it's funny. I guess he's like an artist's artist. Like maybe a lot of people don't know him right off the street. Like he's not a household name like Jim Lee, but this is not, not that matters, his stuff, but just that in this case, like this guy is really demonstrating an incredible aptitude just for, I mean, even the fact that I know he's using reference. I mean, he shows that he was using reference here and there or whatever, and that's exciting. But man, I mean, now he's thinking, okay, there's got to be another character in here, grabbing his arm, perhaps, right? Now that I've already put him in like a semi full Nelson.
Yeah.
What's his other hand doing? And that part's tricky to me. Like, oh, I gotta put his hand here too. Yeah. Okay, his hand goes here. So I wonder if some of this is just that, like, is it Aaron doodling? Is this really just kind of like a high-end doodling in the end?
Yeah.
Let me grab the layout.
I mean, it is, it is extremely loose, but I mean, that's his thing, though,
Yeah. Well, that's the thing, is that that's the preference of the style he's chosen to work with, which is cool.
Jalapeno milk. Keep your money.
Up.
Keep your money.
Keep your trash.
Jim Lee, I don't get it. Explain the joke.
He does it to pester me. Richard, friend, artiste extraordinaire, says, I know quite a few people that aren't fans of comics or art at all. It will come up to me and go, have you ever seen the guy that draws with no reference? And I know immediately they mean Kim. Yep. He's known. That's what I was saying. It's like, if you're a artist, you probably know him. If you're not an artist, there's a good chance you've seen him.
Yeah. That one guy.
These are the kind of videos that people like show around to each other. Can you believe this guy can do this?
I always hear that the bald Chinese guy. Like, no, he's not Chinese, but it's okay.
Yeah.
Look at this, killing that eagle. Killing it. Woo.
Steve Ditko cover at Blacklist. Oh, that'd be cool. That'd be cool. I'm maxed out on covers for this campaign, but yeah, as the years go on, I will try to sucker other legends into doing covers for me. I mean, pay other legends, hunt down other legends. I was thinking about getting Bob Layton to do one, but me inking it.
Oh,
He's
that's
probably a
cool.
little bit cheaper.
He's a great guy too.
I had
like
lunch with him one time. He seemed like a pretty crazy guy. Although things got a little rough over at Valiant between him and Jim Shooter, and I'm not sure who was to blame, but so I always.
Did Jim grab him by the?
Well, no, that he kind of was behind ousting Jim, or.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, I can't remember the details, so don't quote me on this or anything, but
all right.
Yeah, it would seem a bit, from what I understood, seemed maybe that it was a bit underhanded on Bob's part. I don't know if that's true or not, but. But then again, I'm not saying that Jim Shooter's the greatest guy in the world either. So I've heard some, shall we say, unflattering tales, which don't necessarily doesn't mean they're true, but All
right. Some big jerk says, Mike, when do we get the Kirby Lone Star cover? Time to do some seances. Well, I could do what Eric Larson did, and he just took Kirby pencils and turned them into a Savage Dragon cover.
Don't do that, Mike.
Wait a minute, didn't you get a bunch of flack for doing something similar to like Ringo's pencils or something?
Wait, what? I got a bunch of flack for doing
Twitter,
something nobody gave Eric Larson flack for?
No. That's what I'm saying. I mean, wasn't he one of the guys giving you crap for that?
No, he did not, because he knew he had no room to talk.
Right, he did the same thing.
Right. But yeah, the whole comic book industry was up in a roar over me doing it, but Eric did it, and they're all doop 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 doo.
You're so smart.
Well, it's the difference between being a liberal and a conservative, right?
I guess so.
You get away with stuff if you think the right way. If you don't, then you don't get away with it. So now he's ink washing?
Now he's ink washing.
Man.
He's not even done yet. Done with the drawing part, and he's already ink washing.
He didn't do this whole thing in 2 hours. He's already been working on this for an hour.
No, the first video is 30 minutes. This video is an hour and 20 minutes.
Damn you, Kim! Damn you!
Damn you to hell!
Do you ever sit around and think, what it would be like to be considered the very best in the world at what you do? What does that feel like? Feel like Michael Jordan, or, huh?
I wouldn't have a clue.
Yeah,
I know, me either. But I'm just saying, would that be kind of? I wonder what that would feel like. To be, well, and art is so subjective. There's so many different styles. It's like be impossible to say who's the best at. But I guess world renowned and respected by all your peers and all that kind of stuff would be.
Yeah, that's never really been my thing.
Yeah, mine either. Mine is
that's with other losers. I don't think like that.
Mine's always about staying employed.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you, one of the things I really love about this guy is how apparently humble he is, and I can only imagine it's true, because he will stay at a convention on the convention floor till he's done, and he won't leave that. He's super kind when you talk to him, and he doesn't like I mean, I'm not even speaking any legitimate level of hyperbole. This is like he's there all the time, and he's got the camera over his head, and they're recording, because they record everything he draws, everything. And I'm bringing that up because he's never even come close to being looking uncomfortable at all. He just is very into it. He's working, he doesn't stop. And then maybe I think he takes bathroom breaks, I assume. But anyway.
No, he just pees right there in his pants. It's great.
Yeah, keeps going.
But what's fascinating too is that just how, I mean, I've been there after we've broken everything down. Now, of course, he's not breaking. He has all kinds of people from, what's it called, Super Ani, something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
But he's got, they're breaking things down and all around him, and he's still trucking along, and everyone's leaving the convention floor. He's still working, and I'm like, wow, this guy in that space with the attention he gets from anybody. He doesn't even need to do that. He can just walk away. He could just be like, I'm a rock star. I'll see you guys later. I gotta work on stuff. I got a plane to catch. Nope.
Yeah, and he stops and talks to everybody too.
Yeah, he does. Well, if you can speak Korean, but
well, no, I mean, you just have to get his manager.
Well, that's true too, because he talked to me, and through his translator. I thought that was pretty great. It was a young lady that I talked to.
Yeah, he had a Japanese. He probably has different representation in every country.
Yeah, I bet.
Because I talked to his Japanese representation, so. But she also speaks English.
It might be the same woman, young woman.
Yeah, she's Asian.
Cool.
Yeah.
Real nice lady.
No, she actually. There's another. Well, I don't need to go look it up, but the woman who sent me the files is different from the Japanese manager that I talked to. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now, this woman speaks English really well. She gave me almost like a California vibe, but maybe.
Whoa.
No. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what that means. That sounds dumb. Now that I said it.
She likes to surf, bro.
Oh, no, this is going to be interesting. I don't remember the art perfectly, so I'm like, oh, this is just as much of a surprise to me. Like, what's this going to be? Is that a sausage?
What?
Is that sausage?
Sausage.
Is it a... Oh, okay, that's the other guy's leg. Oh.
Yeah, what?
I mean, if you think about it, when you're laying a drawing out, I mean, you pretty much do what he's doing, but you do it with like a pencil or a blue line or something without really any concern that it's exactly right,
Mm-hmm.
And that's the thing. It's like, and then this stuff is it's not just these two figures, right? It's this complex thing that has to fit together. It's just.
Yeah. You know what? I'm going to show you this thing. Let me pause this for just a second. I know it's mind-boggling. But this, I decided to try this sort of Kim Jung Gi, Matthew Weldon layout style. And so I mean, it's a lot looser than what they're doing, because he goes in and does everything totally tight and everything. But I did this. There's no other lines on here except for what I put down here. I just started drawing. I started with the face, and then I drew the hands and like they do. And I just want to practice getting into that mode. And I feel like it gave my layouts so much more energy.
Of course it will, because you're not building everything structurally like it's you're building it mathematically. You're building it off of what it's supposed to look like first, then integrate structure as you move along.
Right.
That looks great. Actually, yeah, that looks great. Like that could have been.
But see, that's the thing I was talking about. We all sort of do that to a certain degree on our initial breakdowns.
Mm-hmm.
We don't, because that's the part where you're figuring all that stuff out. And, a lot of times you'll knock the drawings out like this and it'll work. Sometimes it doesn't, but I mean, this works really well. But do you have enough guts to go on there on a blank page with a brush full of ink?
And, right. Yeah, because this is digital. I did this digital, and then like I noticed that like this knee down here was like this would have been like a 3-foot long femur, so I had to move this.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like little things get jacked up, and you go in and tweak them a little bit, but it's like this dude is just going, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, it's also
Confidence.
They want me to show you the.
you're also coming from
Final.
you guys are coming from a place, including myself, I suppose.
Here's the final.
Of like where everything is like, yeah, that looks really good, man. Everything's super tight, and there's a lot of like these little things.
Sweet.
Like the only way to get out of this mode for me is to go the complete opposite way, where I'm like just laying down a bunch of black splatter. It looks like I'm painting like some kind of Jackson Pollock thing, and in the end, it looks like something. That's how I've taught myself to be a lot looser, but I'm still too tight, I think, in most cases. But I know, Mike, this must be a challenge for you because you even your instruments are as precise as the way you want to draw it.
Well, I think that's the fun combination of this, because if I continue to develop this sort of layout style, then I can maintain that energy and still end up going in and being all anal about my details.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I think this bottom panel particularly.
The only tricky part to this for me, and it's not something that you can't overcome, is some characters I'm still thinking about, like, how does this character, like, how does this, like, if I'm drawing Iron Man, I have a terrible time drawing Iron Man. I always do, because he can't do what I want him to do. It's like an action figure. Like like any action figure, I got those little body coon action figures, and they're naked people. So yeah, they can do whatever. Captain America could do whatever that guy does, but Iron Man can't. So like you guys have armor, they can't. You have to remember that what can a guy in armor really pose like? Because if he's too loose and limber, then you don't know where to put that piece of metal anymore, or you're really got to do a deep like fixer upper on the page to make sure, okay, I'm going to darken the spot here to kind of give an illusion to what that's supposed to be. You did this really well, Mike. This looks really good.
Figures, because they can't move like you need a superhero to move and have work.
Right.
So constantly. I mean, that's why I like the Gene Colan Iron Man armor, because it really wasn't armor at all. You know, it was just like a skin tight suit that was supposedly this elastic iron or whatever.
Right.
But you know, when they made him into a machine like Adi Granoff's version and all that kind of stuff, it's like, okay, so what if he lifts his head above his shoulder above his head? Where does that shoulder pad go? It goes right into your face. You know what I mean? How far can you lift it up? Or
Yeah.
Well, I've been drawing men in armor for a very long time. I've been doing the knights and crap since 2001. Like Hedge Knight,
really well.
Knight, all that stuff. So,
yeah.
By the way, guys, if you want to sign up for the email list to get the special Kim Jung Gi, I might make a particular cover unique to the email list. I'm thinking about it. I'm not quite sure yet. But anyways, get over there. The link's in the description. LoneStarComic.com will take you there. Shows you a little bit more of the Kim Jung Gi cover. Shows you a couple of other little pieces. Link is in the description, but let's get back to our presentation. Yeah. Roscoe wants an Eden cover. Ooh, what if I made the Eden cover the email secret cover? Secret email cover. Can you go turn the AC on? It's kind of heating up in here. Back to astonishment.
Oh, I like his shoe.
Right? And doing that, like I said, I wanted to ink this, but I mean, look at the way he does like dry brush and stuff. It would come out completely different. I don't do that sort of stuff.
Well, I'll tell you also that it probably would be more work for him to draw it in a way for you to ink it, because he's drawing it the way he always draws everything, and it's like him adding those elements there fast versus trying to see. That's another difference there, because if I was going to draw this for someone else, you know, you've heard people say this and you guys have probably said it as well. You know, I would draw it much tighter. Well, he doesn't draw anything tight. He brushes everything. So he's like painting it essentially.
Yeah.
And he's letting the brush take care of all his volume and all that. So if he had to draw it, it actually would take longer. It'd be much longer video. He'd probably have to charge you more money for the drawing. Seriously. It would probably take him double the time to do it, because he's already calculating, you know, he's not calculating, he's solving all of his mass and volume problems right here with the brush, whereas he'd have to draw that and then shade it, and for that just go into it.
Yeah.
Well, this is if you could actually work this way, and obviously very few people can, but I mean, that's the whole point, I guess. But I mean, when I ink myself, I get bored because I've already drawn it once, you know what I mean? And it's like I've usually drawn it fairly tightly, and then I got to go back over and ink it tightly, and it's like I feel like I'm drawing it twice. This way, you're just like, you know, you're just going for it. So you're fully engaged the whole way, I would imagine.
Don't pencil so tight.
I know, but
if you're gonna ink yourself, man, just, you know, your own shorthands. You know, there's so much stuff. I mean, I pencil I'll pencil faces really tight, and I don't know what else. I pencil some stuff tight, but then a lot of stuff, it's like I know it's just shorthand. It's like if I'm doing chainmail, I'm just drawing rings. You know, if I'm drawing folds in fabric, I just give an indication of where the fabric's going to go. Of course, I don't drop a lot of blacks into my stuff, which I probably should, but I tend to, even when I do that, I'll tend to be dropping more blacks in when I'm inking, you know, just as a.
I do the same thing.
Yeah.
I tell you what though, like right here, what's happening with dude's legs back behind. Well, no, see, he just solved my problem, because I thought I was looking at.
That's Lone Star's leg. I was confused at whose leg was whose there for a minute.
Yeah, it looked like he was doing like a weird leapfrog thing.
Yeah, man, he's doing freaking jujitsu on Lone Star.
Yeah.
He's the crotch is what he's doing from behind.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Roscoe, I'm okay with that if Eden's okay with it. Eden, you want to do Roscoe Gal Gadot, Wonder Woman?
Ooh,
but see, like even here, so he's pulling off like a painter thing here, like Frazetta didn't always draw every muscle either, right? He just he would paint tones and values, and it appeared like it was the dude's leg or the arm, but actually it's just shapes. And then what's going to happen here is, because this is the part of the problem I think a lot of us have as, you know, American Western artists and stuff, is we'll painstakingly go like, okay, but this boot has to have like, there's like little stitches on the side, and you got, it's like, no, he captured the essence of the whole costume and just that. And the heavier black, the thicker, and again, that's what I love about it. If it's like, I've done stuff like this, but not this confidently, where like, oh, this worked. Because for a second there, I was like, the guy, every time I look at that leg, it looks odd to me. It's almost like a tangent, but it's then I see the other leg. Oh yeah, that's where his body is. But it would still bother me. That back leg bothers me, but it doesn't matter. It's going to look perfect when it's all together with everything else and it's done. Even the tail of his coat that goes behind his shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at that, the way he just did it. He just knows that, yeah, this stuff is never symmetrical. It's always loose. It's going to have a wide taper at the end to accommodate like a flap of the end of the corner of the coat, the jacket. He just went there and just did it, and it's done.
Yeah.
You can go, okay, where's my light source? Where's my thickest line? You know, he's just drawing. He's just going after it. Like, yeah, get it.
It's like he's doodling.
Yeah, it is.
Gustavo Ortega says, "Hey, Mike, big fan. Thank you, Gustavo. Thank you for being here. I still have one collection of illustrations of yours of the Hedge Knight. Magnificent work. Thank you very much. There's 2 sequel books to that, the Sworn Sword and the Mystery Knight. If you're not aware of them, you can check those out. Thank you, Gustavo."
Now this is starting to break my brain. What's this supposed to be?
Tech.
Stuff, right? And then now he's like, okay, now I'm gonna do the stuff I know to do.
Foreground stuff.
So it's just like he took the most time to draw the stuff he's least familiar with, which are the characters. Based on what I just saw what I remember from the drawing you showed.
Mm-hmm.
Now he's going to have fun, just breezing through all the extra stuff.
Oh yeah.
Because there's a lot of stuff going on in this image.
Vic wants you to do a color pencil coloring job on this, Eden. I could print this out on watercolor paper and have Eden do a watercolor.
Oh, that sounds cool. Oh, I would want one of those just to have on watercolor paper. That'd be a good idea for a print. That might be a good idea for a print for your campaign.
What is he drawing there? What is that?
These
like steering wheels.
Are little wheels and gauges.
Wheels and gauges from what? What are they attached to?
The wall.
Oh, so like a kind of his little funky thing he's throwing in there.
This is like Kirby's tech, right? So Kirby just throw in some cool stuff, and you just don't question it. It just looks cool. And you just let it ride.
I wasn't sure if he was doing if there was like a Lone Star mobile or something sitting over there.
It's just a 51 panhead. That would have been great if you drew the motorcycle, except it's not really in this scene. Actually, there is no scene in this hall. He does this whole thing in this tight little hallway, which looks great, but it's like not in the book. It's like, I might have to make it.
Hey, false advertising on the cover, man. Get people to buy the book. They'll go, but this doesn't happen in the story.
No comment.
Look how he's handling like the those extra wire or pipes, right?
Yeah.
And again, I hate to say it, it's just that we would painstakingly go through, and I got to get my ruler. I got to make sure this thing looks precise. It's got to look like a real pipe, because real pipes don't look like that. And he's just like, this looks like a worm, but keep it, because it has the imperfections of reality actually that make it look like it's, especially against all the dark shapes that he's drawing now.
But what gets me is look at what he's doing. He's drawing all those little squares in curve, and not perfect, but pretty darn close to perfect curved linear perspective.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's a whole other conversation. I can't even think like that. The curvy linear perspective is insane with this guy. That book is full of it. I don't even look at that book. It shames me.
It hurts me.
I love the look of when people do like backgrounds and stuff freehand, like buildings and things like that. That kind of look to it, because everything. I'm so married to the proper perspective, or at least trying to do proper perspective and using the ruler and all that kind of stuff. My buildings look like coloring book buildings in the background. They don't have any real sort of character to them. But these guys that can do this freehand, really, their backgrounds are just so far superior.
Well, like another great artist that does this type of thing, not this type of thing, but that does something like what you're describing, is like Mignola, when he does but to be fair though, after seeing a lot of his original pages, at least images of it online, a lot of it is painstakingly handled on the rough part of it, and then he adds his imperfections to everything. It's almost like he does all that hard work to make sure everything's lined up right, but then he's like, I'm just going to loosely draw. He doesn't. It's almost like he never pulls out a ruler for anything, which I admire, because I think that's what makes a comic book sometimes. Sometimes I think some of us are more like frustrated architectural draftspeople versus, let's make that. That's what I love about this. This has a lot of energy because of all the imperfections. There's something to think about when you're working, that it doesn't have to be. Sometimes we simulate imperfections. That I do that a lot. I'll simulate an imperfection, like, golly, Ellie, just go for it, just jam on it. But then I draw that weird leg, and I'm like,
it doesn't work.
I'm an idiot.
I was just thinking about this today. You compare like Barry Smith to John Buscema, right? And John Buscema is like, accurate, draws it the way it should look. I mean, he's a great draftsman. I love John Buscema's stuff. Barry Smith, if you just look at their Conan stuff, it's like Barry Smith's got these heads with these huge eyes, tiny nose, bulbous muscles, all this kind of stuff. But it's like, it all works within the style he's created. And so even though it's just wonky and weird, he's a much more popular artist than Buscema ever was. And you could argue that Buscema was a superior draftsman. And yet, there's something to having a unique approach and look to your work, as long as it's consistent within itself, within the style you've created, that can make something work really well, where I'm like a slave to accuracy, right? But is that really all? That's
someone used to quote that style is just the stuff we get wrong.
I've said that before. It's a sum total of all your imperfections.
If you do it consistently, it's style. If you don't do it consistently, then it sucks. That's the thing.
Right.
Accurate.
I would say it's the shorthand that we learn.
Yeah. You're talking about Barry Smith. I actually not as big a fan of Barry Smith as I am of Buscema. I would argue that probably Buscema is probably because Barry, he stopped doing a lot of work for a while, and then he developed another style after his Conan work.
Right.
But again, no matter what my perception is of his work personally, what's interesting was that when he comes into Marvel, he's supposedly, from what I've read, is trying to draw. Everyone's trying to draw like Jack Kirby.
Yeah, he was doing Kirby. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's where so then if you go back and look at Kirby's work, that's what kind of convinced me when I first because I grew up on Buscema, and that's all I cared about. And you could see a lot of his influence in my work. I think at least I still construct my art based on that, but on the way I learned from studying his work. But what turned me off to Kirby for years was exactly what I love about his work today. Was when it finally clicked. And I said, "Oh, this is a shorthand," like Mike said. This is his visual language to execute his stories. Obviously, Kirby was more interested in telling stories than he was in impressing everyone with his perfect lines. But back then, it was so unique compared to what was out there at the time. It just blew everybody away, right? So then when Kirby's no longer working there, who picks it up but Buscema? But I noticed, speaking of Smith, when later on when he comes back with that Weapon X stuff, it looks so different. And you can see the hints of his old work.
Right.
But he went more precise too, like almost like he went to like this
more polished.
Yeah, it was a lot of little lines, real thin lines, real beautiful work. I guess in the end, it's this. I guess what gets us all pumped up about looking at someone like Kim work. It's like, oh, I wish I could do it like that. But let's be honest. I mean, what makes Aaron is what appeals to how you interpret the world through that kind of precision thought.
Right.
It's almost even the reflection of how you talk about things. When I hear you talk about stuff, you have a very you talk about things more cerebrally than Mike does something very similar, and then it looks like it's reflected in your work as well. That there's like a precision and a cerebralness to it, which nothing wrong with it. It's just the way you see, which is what people love about your work, regardless. I think that's more of what. And when you see people, I shall not name his name any longer, but. One whose name is short with 3 letters. Anyway, when you see stuff like that, it's his is different to me because it's just I've lost a lot of. I mean, I appreciate it for what it is. I just don't. It doesn't impress me as much anymore as I did when I was younger, because I think that
you're going to confuse a couple people in the chat with who you mean.
I'm talking about Jim Lee. I'm not that impressed with his work anymore, but not because I don't appreciate it.
That's what I knew he meant Jim Lee.
I'm not afraid. I'm not ashamed. It's not a disrespect to him as an artist. I appreciate him as an artist, but what I'm saying is that what I've come to realize is that he has his stuff never evolved because it's still, in my opinion, because it has that, like his earlier stuff in Marvel was more like this to me.
Yeah,
where it was looser and he was still exploring.
Yeah.
Huh?
He's working on the Punisher and stuff like that before.
Yeah. I have like this. I have a lot of like sample stuff that I've torn out of comics. He did that one. I think it was in the Marvel fanfare.
No, he's not. He's not talking about MSM.
Who?
Roscoe says MSM, 3 letters.
Who's that?
He said an artist. His name is 3 letters.
Oh
People
no,
at EVS.
No.
At MSM.
No, not at all. I'm talking about artists that I followed growing up that I patterned my work after. Like I said, I used to really enjoy Jim Lee's work, but it's just that he just became very where Jack Kirby was more, in my opinion. Obviously, this is all my opinion. You guys can say shut up, Elliot, and I just like no, because it's my opinion. But I'd appreciate your opinion about my opinion. Anyway, Jack was more like I need to get this work complete so I can do the next projects. I got more to say. Jim is like, well, I just want to get this done because I get paid more for it. It's like he just picked a different motivation for it, and it seems it looks apparent in his work. But hey, it's his style. It's what he does. That's fine. This like right now, the stuff he's doing in the background, that's not as precise as the subject of the work, right? But in real life, though, the way your eye sees everything in motion, I wouldn't expect to see anything in the background as precise as my focal point.
I didn't even notice it when I looked at the final that he had her hair like tangled up in the bars or in the pipe on the wall.
Like it's wrapped up in the wall. Yeah.
That's cool.
That is weird.
Welcome, Matthew Weldon. Let me pause this for a second because Matthew has something on his desk that I want to see.
Well, keep going. I'm trying to tape it together right now, so just go for a second. I'll tell you when it's ready. You want to see? All right, fine.
All right, go ahead and tape it. Whatever. No, go ahead, tape. Hi, Matt.
Hey.
Have you been watching long?
Yeah, just for a minute. Maybe most of it, actually.
Aaron, to take that thought further, you look at a lot of the guys that we kind of all admire. They usually have some sort of quirkiness. I think one of you mentioned Ditko earlier. I didn't respect Ditko as much as I do now. Like I really love Ditko. I love the looseness of his work and I love that it's his genuine interpretation versus looking like something that resembles something it's supposed to look like. Like I love his Spider-Man more than ever.
I hated his stuff when I was a kid. I hated Kirby's stuff when I was a kid. Now I appreciate it. I don't necessarily seek it out. Kirby, I'm kind of still hit or miss with. I mean, I really like his Thor stuff for some reason. It really works for me, whereas some of his other stuff doesn't as much appeal to me as much. But I always looked at, I used to say Buscema as like Kirby that could draw really well.
Yeah.
Lots of people are Kirby fans, but that's always how I kind of looked at Buscema. But I think it's interesting that how you make it in this industry, make it as in a big way in this industry, is having that uniqueness that you're doing something that somebody else isn't doing, as opposed to just drawing well just isn't good enough,
right?
Because then you kind of get, are people going to see like, the nuances between Jim Mooney and Sal Buscema? You and I might, but the general public probably not. Right. If you're in that kind of what you'd call realistic comic book style, you're just going to get squeezed in with everybody else. And I think Buscema did a lot too, during his, people look back at it now and appreciate how much better he was than all those other guys. But at the time, I don't think anybody really cared that much, but they cared about Barry Smith because that was weird looking. They cared about Wrights and that was really different and interesting looking. Strike, Neil Adams was so freaking good. Plus, he had a unique approach to how he did it.
Yes. His layouts and stuff.
I think it's more important if you want to be successful. I'm not talking about necessarily being good because that's relative, right? But being successful in the industry, you need a certain level of uniqueness that people can look at your stuff and immediately go, yeah, that's Chris Pacello, or that's, Travis Ray or whatever, who just happens to be really, really good as well. But he still has a unique way of doing things, right?
Yeah.
You're not a mistake for me.
That's actually, if I can interrupt, that's kind of the comparison I wanted to make, because Jack developed a shorthand that allowed him to punch out like 4 pages a day,
right,
to pay rent.
Right. It was a different era.
Whereas you had Travis set up in an apartment that Wildstorm was paying for and getting $1,000 a page.
Yep.
That allowed him to develop that style.
Mm-hmm.
What would a Kirby have been in Travis's situation, and what would a Travis have been in Kirby's situation? It really, situation.
Well, I don't think Travis would have ever. I don't think he works that way. I don't think he's.
He was when he was doing Dark Stars, and when he first got to Wildstorm. That was the thing, is that when you got to Wildstorm, they're like, because I got the offer, it's like, look, we're going to set you in the apartment. We're going to throw some money in your bank account, and you're going to work on 1 book. And I was listening to.
What I mean, he never had to meet a tight deadline, though, right?
No deadline. I mean, some of these guys, like Michael Lopez over there, man, he'd do like 20 pages a year, because he had all of his bills paid for, and they were paying him so much per page, and he didn't have anything to deal with. So it's like Travis developed that style because basically he had a patron.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, what would Kirby have looked like if he could have taken as long as he wanted to develop a style that took everything he had? Like Travis puts everything. I've watched Travis like I'm watching this video. I've stood over his shoulder at Wildstorm and watched him, and he'll just sit there for 10 minutes on like a little 5mm spot of watercolor pencil, and I'm like, dude,
but that's the thing I was saying earlier. I don't think Kirby would have done that. I don't think Kirby was concerned with being an artist. I think he was concerned with being a storyteller. And that's a big difference, because if you're a storyteller, you pick the style that works best to execute the story and whatever, blah, 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 blah. I came up, well, most of us, I assume, I'm assuming that you're younger than me.
You assume I'm younger than nobody.
I'm being kind. I'm just kidding. No, I'm saying that, for the, I mean, I think you and I come up in a similar era, right? So, we were, I didn't come up with Kirby. I came up, my first comics that I read were Buscema, which was much more precise and much more accurate, quote unquote, than Kirby was. It was until later when I started to understand what Jack's purpose was, that his value as an artist, which is exactly what I think was valued at Marvel all the more at the time, was about he was able to execute this exciting style that was unique to him. But it wasn't unique to him because he's like, how can I impress everybody? It was unique to him because how can I tell this story? I think Jack Kirby was a little insane, and I think he would have continued to draw that way regardless. Because if you look at his early Simon's, the Simon Kirby stuff he did with Captain America early on, right, it wasn't that different. He was a better illustrator than he was on his Marvel work. But at the same time, I almost feel like I get the impression from looking at interviews and listening to him speak, he was almost like, he almost rejected the art, whereas Buscema was like, he was more of a draftsman.
Right.
So I don't think Kirby would have even been interested in drawing like a Travis, and Travis couldn't have survived in the environment that Kirby came up in, because he was coming up in a time, like you said, where this is how they worked. That occurred to me when I heard JR say that one time on that. I think it was the Daredevil video of DVD, where there was like an extra part. He says, some people say I have this style, some people say I have that style. I have a deadline style. And that was the first time I was like, oh, that's where their styles come from. And so then, just like there's like you have movements in fine art, you have movements in this commercial art. Like there was the Kirby stuff, and then there was the precision Travis Charest period. That was that stuff, like the Jim Lee, the stuff that gave birth to look at all the little details on the way, because that's what, and that I think has
rockets.
that's what's endured, I think, to today is that we've all been like, oh, look at how many little what do you call the eyelets in the boots for Captain America's boot now. You know, that's not how those guys were thinking back then. I believe. I think they were more like
absolutely right.
Kirby was doing. He was like, how can I make a squiggle represent the thigh muscle without having to draw that thing precision wise every time I touch it, right?
All right, move that freaking Bigfoot paw.
All right. So,
Dude,
That's
here's
pretty.
you're bringing the whole story in.
Is that
there is Nexus, Bigfoot Bill, and Lone Star. And I still got a lot of work to do on this thing.
And
But
there's the
nice.
Badger,
It's 4?
Scout, and the Thune, and the Lizard.
oh yeah,
Hell-
he's in
the
there.
Hell Gecko.
The hell, yeah.
Or a wraparound cover or something.
So these are gonna be like lava.
Weldon, tell Aaron what this is for.
The Monster Hunt 2 with the main focus being Bigfoot Bill meets up with Nexus and the unknown soldiers, Lone Star and such. And it's kind of, it kind of goes all over the place. Man, and I'm trying to really work out, because in the first page you'll see like they end up in a hellscape type place, and so I'm drawing all these crystals, but they're going to be like lava crystals. They're just going to be like, it's just going to be like all doomsday and red and orange, so yeah, it's just going to be all kinds of crazy. And Bigfoot being so massive
Is that dinosaurs for hire up there at the top?
No,
that's a top secret. Don't say anything.
You already showed it.
I didn't show anything.
You showed it. It was on screen.
Nobody knows what nothing is.
What's up, Jimmy?
Hey. Oh, dude, that's killer. What am I looking at? What is this? This is nice.
You're looking at Kim Jung Gi.
Well, right now we're looking at Matthew Weldon's cover for Monster Hunt 2. Let's get cracking.
Oh yeah, this guy. I think I got to make this guy up, so I hope he gets to make more appearances in the future. But he's like I guess he's just like
weed. What's he got going on there?
No, he's got a super deluxe pipe going on right now.
He's chasing the dragon.
He's chasing the hell lizard right here, which I got a detail. I tried to put a little design in his pipe too, and I keep getting more and more complicated with especially like these crystals. I'm putting like some tonnage on them.
You're not inking with that ballpoint pen, are you?
Yes, he is.
Are you serious?
Yep.
Well, it's let me tell you, there's a 10, which is super generous. It's very nice. A 7 and a 5. Those are the ones I like to keep.
Are these like gel or?
I think so.
They're Pentel or Pilot G2.
Pilot G2s.
Walmart brand.
Yeah.
For like a nickel, you get like 500 pens.
No, they're the super expensive Walmart brand.
Oh man, dude, that's gonna be a hot book. Man, that's a great. Oh, is that Lone Star on the side? I can't really see.
Yeah.
It's a crossover with Lone Star, Nexus, and Bigfoot Bill.
Oh,
Mike.
Yeah,
Barron.
There's Bigfoot Bill and the Kraken. Yeah, you can see a good shot of him right there.
Oh,
It's written by Mike Barron. Illustrated by Matt Weldon.
that explains the Nexus in there.
Yeah. And the script is
with a Gormondo, even if anybody's familiar.
Oh yeah, who's that in front of Gormondo? You're really bad.
Nobody.
That's
nobody.
So there's dinosaurs in this?
Well, there's everything that ends up in hell. There's just I don't know. Triceratops
You sent a dinosaur to hell?
Yeah, I know. Well, Triceratops of all dinosaurs shouldn't end up in hell, but I guess
You might as well put a little cute bunny rabbit in there and kittens.
well, this little gecko, he's my ultimate creation.
That's a great piece, man. That's a really nice piece.
Thanks. I'm almost done with it. I'm gonna spend an hour or two more on it. I just want to go in with the fiber. Just want to go in with the fiber and go crazy on
I'm telling you, if I didn't want you to sell it for like thousands of dollars, I'd want it myself. And
I don't think this one's gonna go up for sale. I don't.
Yeah, you're gonna keep it? Good man.
I'm gonna probably keep this one and I'll unload pages. You know, the pages will be fun.
Yeah,
People like.
Am I starting to see manga influence?
Yeah. Yeah, a lot.
Man,
Matt loves the manga.
A lot.
All right, we'll come back.
Get back to the G.
Get back to the Kim Jung Gi, and we will say hello, Jimmy Reyes.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Oh,
so we're like a little over halfway through.
Oh no, we're
like 30 minutes left.
42 to 38 minutes left.
Oh man.
Wait a minute. Did he just draw this entire thing with a brush? He didn't pencil anything?
Correct.
Oh my god.
You see the little red paper on the red drawing on the side? That's his layout.
He draws like Mike. He inks from the bottom right corner and goes up. Like that's backwards, mate.
He inks just from all over the place.
That's true.
You know what? I think he uses waterproof ink, Weldon.
Gleek-proof ink, you mean?
That's water. Gleek is water.
Yeah.
Mike has a condition.
All right, so this guy suckers me into inking some pages with this G2 pen, and I gleeked on the page, and the ink smeared, and I'm like, it's what? It's not waterproof.
Oh yeah, that explains the. I got to geek out here for a second. Sorry, Mike. Aaron, I love your work, buddy.
Oh, thank you.
I looked up and I was like, oh my god, is that really Aaron? Oh man, that's awesome.
He's covering up his dino collection with all those.
Yeah, we only let cool people hang out here.
Thanks a lot, man. I appreciate that.
Are you thanking me for calling you cool?
Did you?
Oh, I thought he was talking to me. I'm like, oh, I get to be part of the cool group. All right.
If you're here, you're cool. Everyone else, you're not allowed. Sorry.
Am I really? Oh,
you were around when they came up with the word.
You're a frosty kid.
You know, I'm going to go back to hanging around with guys like Walt Simonson and people that I'm younger than. Howard Chaykin, and guys like that.
Well, that's me. That's why I'm hanging out here with you guys. But although Weldon down there sounds very young.
Oh.
How old are you, like 20s or something?
He's only mentally young.
Yeah, I'm highly decomposed at 40.
That's young in this group.
I just turned. Am I the baby?
You're probably the baby of this.
I am.
I mean, I don't know Worm. I don't know who's behind that.
Sapling.
Elliot Fernandez.
Oh.
I think he went to the bathroom.
No, I'm working on my stuff. I'm working on.
Yeah, no. So Elliot broke out one of the Kim Jung Gi books, but I remember picking one up not too long ago, and I'm going to be super critical. I don't know if it was just because it had been handled so much at the bookstore that it was at, but the binding was falling apart. I was just like, it seemed like it was made out of cheap materials, but I don't want to be that mean. It might have just been.
Dude, are you really bagging on Kim Jung Gi's binding?
No,
I'm bagging on his printer.
No, that's when you're a good artist, is when your books
are getting torn up by handling.
Yep. People are cracking open your books and studying your work.
I wanted to put that out there. They could have just seen a lot of traffic. So
let me throw some shade on the artist for something that he had nothing to do with.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. That's another good observation. The reason I picked it up is because I wanted to buy it, and it was a good deal too. I can't remember, it was like $30 or $40, and they're big. I mean, I think all of his books are massive. I mean, it's thick. It's a couple inches.
And now I haven't seen him dip too often. He's getting a very dark black. Well, now he's obviously dipping in water or something, and he's getting that gray wash at the same time.
Different brushes. He's got one for the black and one for the gray.
Well, I think you're right. I think he's dipping his black brush and then in water to get the gray. Then when he's done with it, he dips it back in the black.
No, he showed it earlier. He had two brushes.
Yeah, he was holding. See, he's got the other brush in the other hand down there in the corner.
Does he?
Oh, okay. Yeah,
All right.
we see it. I was wondering how he was getting those two without. I didn't see him dip. He was just.
Look at him just like eyeball that perspective. And just, it's close enough.
Yeah.
God, that's crazy. He gave an example. I don't know if you guys seen it on YouTube how he does this perspective like this without any line work, and he shows you like from one point to the other, and he just does his hand where he tells you like where the other point would meet, and he can just do it eyeballing it. He's already got that muscle memory, going, and it's a really good video that he does.
Go check
He's
that
just
out.
a cheater.
I eyeball my perspective, and then when I put the ruler up, I'm like, okay, I'm not even close. Okay, so you do adjust some of these lines.
Man, this is an amazing cover, man.
I'll eyeball my perspective, or just throw kind of lines down, and then I'll adjust it when I go to ink it.
I'm sad, that I missed.
Eyeball it and then clean it up later.
Yeah. Which sucks when you're inking and like you're and then you're trying to get it right and you're like, oh damn, that line's too long.
Yeah. See? It's just
That's what whiteout's for. Hello. Wait, that's what's funny? There were decades, and that'll probably be something that stuck out in his head when we met. There were literally probably a couple decades I wouldn't ever use whiteout. I would I'd be so arrogant about never making mistakes when I'm in inking that I would never white out anything.
Well, you actually showed me taking an X-Acto blade and scratching the very top surface of the Bristol board. I remember you had pointed that you could do that. I don't know if you were actually doing it or you
burn trick though.
I've done that for effect, but I've never done it to like repair a mistake.
Yeah. Whereas I just didn't make mistakes back then.
Never.
Well, your style is consistently a mistake, so therefore it all kind of would fit in there, and you could say, "Well, I've never made a mistake."
I remember Salim Crawford that time we were at your home studio, and Salim Crawford was just like he was just heckling you because you didn't draw Aquaman's other foot in the background behind, and he was just heckling you the whole time. You're like, "Oh, I was getting to it. I was going to draw it in." It was that Aquaman Secret Files.
Well, I clearly wasn't done yet. Don't criticize someone while they're working on it. You criticize it after it's done. You can't be like, hey, you got to do the thing. It's like, yeah, do I look like I'm done?
My daughter does that to me all the time. You forgot this, you forgot that. I go, am I working on it? Am I finished?
Yeah, my fiance, she does that to me too. She's like, you forgot. I'm like, I'm in the middle of drawing. It's a process. She's my worst critic, man. She'll come in here and just tear up my work. She's like, I don't like the face on that one. I'm like, I'll redraw it.
Crap.
God, this is insane. Look at this brush, face, everything. Just, I have the pencil faces in. I mean, I can't go straight with quill or ink on the face.
Someday, I am gonna start practicing. So Weldon, did you see my layout that I did?
No, but I heard you talking about it. You said it was you just went straight into it.
Yeah, you want to see it?
Yeah, like you said, you did it on the computer.
I did. Hold on a second.
Yes, I do want. I forgot about that. I'm glad you brought it up.
Well, then didn't you do a book called Punchline?
That's me.
That's you. I own those books. I bought them when they came out to the comic store, and I remember I got them because I lived near Anarchy Press, and they have a store.
Oh, so really?
Yeah. Well, they used to own. Ben Dunn used to own it, and then he sold it or whatever. But the new owner gets your book. I bought it, and I went around different comic stores. I'm like, anybody have a copy of Punchline? Because I found issue 1, and I found issue 3 or whatever was out. I said I want to go back and I want to get the rest of it. And nobody else owned it, and then all of a sudden, it becomes real popular, and now it's in all the comic stores.
I was just flipping through one of the trades today, and I was like, ugh. I was like, oh gosh. Yeah. Wait, hold on. Let me walk over there to my computer. It's super light. Oh, you posted this or something.
Oh yeah, in the chat room, but you didn't say
anything.
See,
now that's what I'm getting at, son.
Wait, didn't you show me a finished version of this?
Oh yeah, That's
Right? I recognize that shot right
Oh,
there
I didn't
in the
see
bottom.
finished
yeah.
version.
You were on with me when I was inking it. I think. Yeah, the inking the
See,
bottom half.
Yeah.
there's something about where you are as an artist where you can get close, if not right on anatomy, and get like what you think is perfect while crafting a cool dynamism or whatever it's, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That's what I've learned.
You mean without like real extreme exaggeration on the anatomy?
Yeah, like you get, like you can bend it a little bit and still make it look like it works by just going into it. In fact, that's just drawn mostly silhouettes and stuff like that, which is
like,
what I try.
Like those are like geniuses, like Travis Charest, like he pulled that off. It's a tough thing, man. When an artist can do it, yeah, that's a whole nother level.
Oh, I didn't
to
see the
get that.
finished one. But yeah, like that's the thing is like I'm torn between, like I want to take that Kim Jung Gi drawing and just put a piss load of feathering and
I know
all over all the
wash
pipage
that he's doing.
Yeah, the folds in the fabric. I just want to just tear into it with a 5, and just go crazy. But that's the Charis in me, and the fun, dynamism.
Can you zoom in, Mike, on that bottom panel?
I cannot zoom. Well,
It's a tease.
no, it's Twitter. It won't let me.
Mike, it totally.
But yeah, so my anal retentive finishes over that really loose dynamic styling of the. I think that's a good combo.
I agree completely.
I love the face on that one.
Did you see? I did have a problem. Like you had his right heel out. Did you include that still?
Yeah. I know. I think it looks a little quirky, but I like it.
No, I don't mind it. I was just if you want to get I like a little bit of quirky every now and then. So that's.
I mean, if you think about it, when you would jump, your foot would be out like that in reality.
Well, I wasn't really concerned about making it as realistic as normally I do, because that's kind of what I get all locked up into is when I'm building characters and I'm blocks and cylinders and gesture lines and all of the stuff that I've trained myself to do for the last several decades. I think that's it's stifling me because I think it makes me think my poses need to look like they're like an action figure could do. That's kind of what it ends up thinking, like in my mind, it's like action figure or whatever. But when you're just like plopping it down on the paper like that, like what Weldon's doing, it really frees you up to really exaggerate stuff that probably isn't necessarily as technically possible. But you're just automatically gonna get good anatomy too, or really close to it, so I think it's a really good happy place to be a lot of the time. My happy place.
I just think, man, that type of exaggeration all the time is a good thing. I think when people don't hyper focus on like extreme, like make it look reality and stuff, I think some of that stuff that we exaggerate makes
and
sense.
once again, the Kim Jung Gi cover is for Mind of the Monster LONESTAR 3, so please do get over LONESTARcomic.com. We'll take you to the Indiegogo sign up page. I'll do something special for the people who all sign up to the mailing list, so get up there and get her done.
Yeah, I'm just I have been watching for a while. I did notice that Kelsey Shannon is going to color this.
Kelsey Shannon is coloring this,
and he's gonna, because I think Kelsey's really gonna put everything he's got into this.
Yeah, Kelsey's killer, man. He's gonna kick butt on this thing.
So you're already in pre-launch phase for the Monster Hunter?
LONESTAR.
Monster.
No. Monster Hunt's a different book. LONESTAR, Mind of the Monster. Oh, I didn't even think about that. Mind of the Monster and Monster Hunt.
Yeah, so I got confused. I was like,
dang you.
No, Mind of the Monster is LONESTAR Part 3. Monster Hunt 2 is my crossover. I guess it's a series now since we're doing the second issue.
Yeah, people are gonna really he's really given a lot because it's gonna double the size of the last Monster Hunt book
Yeah, it's gonna be a 48 pager.
this
I was wondering,
time around.
can I show my stuff to these guys? They probably don't even know who I am.
No,
I've never seen
I think I do know. I think I have seen. I've been on your channel. I've seen your show a few times.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I mean, I'm primarily known for inking Dave Finch.
And I saw you were working on inking some of Kevin Sharp's stuff too. That's the first time I saw you.
I inked Kevin Sharp. Yeah, and this is my work, my drawing, and it's going to be the cover to Dragon Rage that we got right now going on.
Oh my lord!
On Indiegogo. But when I saw Mike's thing, where like the guy's leaping out, and it's like, caught. It should be like caught right in the middle of like you took a snapshot or paused the movie. And it's a still frame. That's what I was attempting here, is to try to just get movement and.
Yeah, the stretch on that dragon's wing is really working.
Mm-hmm.
Energy in that piece. It's nice.
Thanks, thank you. And then as this is all I work digital, go digital now, and I try to get the inks to look as.
Yeah, he gave up on real art.
It's what?
Real art.
I try to like make it look as traditional as possible. But the thing is, I mean, since I was a traditional inker, I kind of know what the tools can do and what they look like, so it helps out a lot. Because I know a lot of digital artists they get teased like, hey, it doesn't look traditional, but I think it's because they've never actually picked up a quill, So
that's for sure.
Yeah. And the first time I didn't even know those tools. It was Mike that actually introduced me to a Kelsey Sable brush, and Salim showed me the quill. I didn't even know what that stuff was, man.
Yeah, I didn't know what a quill was either till I met Mike.
Yeah, and it was because of them.
I'm changing all kinds of lives here. Hey, the link for the Indiegogo for Dragon Rage is in the chat. If you want to go back Jimmy's project, then go check that out. He's also got an awesome Dave Finch cover.
Yeah, thanks, man. I really appreciate that. Appreciate putting up there. Hey, why have I never inked you? How come throughout the 25 years I've known you, you've
because I just caught it back up with you like a couple years ago.
Yeah,
there was a couple decades there where we weren't in contact.
yeah, Mr. California, and like I'm never associating with Texans again.
Texas is hot.
Hey, you're in Texas? Yeah, you said you were close to Antarctic. I'm in Pflugerville.
Oh, dude, you're actually not that far from me. I'm here. Yeah,
that's kind of why we got in touch with Antarctic Press. Is we kind of just showed up and we're hanging out with Brian Denham one time, and we just crashed a meeting and threw the Punchline book on their desk and was like, hey, let's do this.
But Punchline was Indiegogo, wasn't it, originally?
Originally, yeah. That is correct. We tried Image and we tried a couple others and we didn't hear back.
Yeah, they got a couple of big fat hardback trades, Jimmy. You got to get in there.
Yeah, I mean, I own all the single issues now. Well, no, I only own 1 through 4. I think you guys may have gone further than that.
Yeah, we're about to issue 12 is done, and I'm working on 13 right now.
Oh wow! Wait, and you're doing Monster Hunt?
Dude, he's always doing like 12 projects.
No, it's not good. It's highly less effective juggling the way I do. But I mean, I had to take I love Antarctic Press, but I'm just working for comp copies over there, as I had to take a couple of paying gigs to subsidize my Punchline habit.
Yeah, my first work was through Antarctic Press. That's who I got my break-in was through them. But it was a really tough time back in the 90s, man. That studio was I didn't fit in the studio, and man, they quickly just like I was the black sheep or something there, man. I don't know. I didn't get the same treatment everybody else got, being there.
Paulus Art says Image only likes to publish blue hair, gay biopic comics. No, BIPOC, by people of color.
Well, I knew what Image was all about. They were ending Invincible at the time, right when we were submitting, and so we're like, maybe they'd be interested. But they hate superhero stuff over there. So,
Mhm.
and ours was
They
not
hate-
entirely superhero stuff, but it was, they weren't trying to have nothing to do with.
Yeah, same thing with. I talked to Ross Ritchie about picking up Lone Star, and he's like, "Yeah, let me see it." And I showed it to him. He's like, "Ah, we're not doing superheroes." Like,
Yeah.
Well,
superheroes.
he's more like in the classic era. He kind of reminds me of like the Rocketeer, and
That's
you know,
true.
like it. I wouldn't have really thought of it falling in the genre of superhero. It's more like I don't know. It's like detective kind of thing, or
That's
Feels
true.
like a Captain America kind of character though.
Yeah.
So
Oh yeah. Okay.
the thing is with these guys, and they all know it, and it took them a long time to learn it, is you cannot compete in the superhero market with Marvel and DC. You just can't do it.
Mhm.
So they don't do it. They look for other avenues that Marvel and
That's
DC are
true.
not doing. And that's fantasy, mystery, romance, whatever, but it's not going to be superhero. Unless it's a, like a superhero book that's so odd that it doesn't really fit into a superhero category.
I don't know. Invincible seemed to compete with Marvel and DC just fine.
Did you guys see the announcement from Robert Kirkman about the
Yeah.
Amazon?
No, what was it about?
The Invincible cartoon.
Oh, I think I
Yeah,
did.
they released the trailer for the Invincible cartoon at the New York City Online Comic Con, or however they're.
Okay. My statement is not an absolute, but I mean in general. Obviously you're going to have outliers that are successful that fit into a genre that broaches Marvel and DC's territory, but 99% of the time that's not going to happen. You can't battle the icons that Marvel and DC have, pop culture icons. I mean, you just can't. I mean, look how many superhero universes have come and gone and failed.
But why'd they fail?
Because they failed to capture the imagination of the audience.
Well, I think you have to take it individual. I think they all failed for their own reasons. I think if you look at like Valiant failed after Shooter left, or after Shooter was kicked out. They were doing very well prior to that.
Valiant had some established characters that are working with too, that had some history behind them that people recognized, and that helped them.
I don't know. Archer and Armstrong was my favorite Valiant book.
Huh?
Archer and Armstrong was my favorite Valiant book.
Yeah.
It wasn't the bestseller though.
Yeah,
but they also have very simple characters, which help.
Didn't you, Aaron? You had like Garbage Man or something. I used to see it on Twitter that you were kickstarting or something. Was it Garbage Man?
I've got a deal in place, and they don't want me to talk about it yet and I don't know why, because I would like to pump it up but it's not going to be out till next year, and it's just they're collecting I got someone to collect the DC material. I'm going to put new material in it to replace the Batman stuff, but basically it's going to be just collecting the DC material in a trade paperback with some, like I said, there's going to be several new pages of art that has to replace the Batman stuff that was in there, and there'll be a few pinups and a new cover and things like that, but it's mostly going to be the DC reprint of the DC stuff. But I got someone to do it for me, so but I can't, I'm probably not even supposed to be saying that, but I don't care. I think you gotta let people know it's coming, so they're looking for it, But yeah, it won't be till next year. But yeah, and we'll see. I mean, if the trade does okay, maybe I'll be able to do some new material or new stories, I should say, because there will be new material in the book.
He'll have to do Monster Hunt 3.
Who, me?
Garbage Man and Monster Hunt 3.
Oh, Garbage Man.
Yeah, another crossover. There you go.
So you're still gonna crowdfund it, more books, or is it going to be through? You're going to go through like a publisher?
A publisher's doing it for me. The Garbage Man stuff, at least the trade. So we'll see what happens beyond that. I've got another book that I'm probably going to crowdfund. Although surprisingly, I got contacted by a publisher, and I'm not sure why they're contacting me. It's a small publisher. and so they want to talk to me next week about I don't know what. So we'll see. I have a horror western superhero kind of with a Christian slant to it, if any of that could even possibly amalgam together into one thing, that I actually really, really like. And I was going to, I've been on and off going to do it for years. And I finally decided that I was definitely going to do it. And so that's, if I crowdfund, that's going to be the thing I do early next year.
I love the comment. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but can I say hi? I want to say hi to Don Chen and Jalapeno Milk, man. Jalapeno Milk backed Dragon Rage, and he got us over the 5,000 mark with his contribution, man. We want to say thank you.
Nice.
Yeah. And then you guys run campaigns, man. If you guys have any advice for me, Mike and Aaron and Sheldon. Why did I say Sheldon? It's Sheldon Martin. No, wait, it's Matt Weldon, right?
Oh yeah, that's me.
Okay.
Yeah, you're confused because your name on the screen is
Yeah.
Well, I half kept the name that you gave me from the last show we did. So Mike gets liberal with the name given.
Yeah, and then as the host, he can go in and change up names.
Oh, that might have been a little bit of Edwin too. Edwin's Wrath of Return, yeah.
But if you guys have any feedback or
Yeah, we had a Lord of the Rings special the other day. So oh my goodness.
But I love that comment from Don Chen. He was asking you, Aaron, if instead of an ash can, if it was going to be a trash can.
It's a good idea. Funny.
Look at him just scribbling out a AK.
I know. Look at this. I was watching him put in the shadow down below, and at first I was like, "What is he doing?" And then, like, oh my god, like he just brushed in the shadow, like in perspective with that floor. It's like, wow.
Yeah, but Aaron, to what my point was, I think that I believe that the reason that most comic book universes have failed is because there haven't really been any comic universes. Like, you can have individual successful superhero comic books, but everybody, and this is, the Image revolution, everybody is so concerned about just having their own IP that, I mean, even the Image guys, if the Image guys had somehow banded together and really just created something that was a actual direct competition to Marvel and DC, there could be a real Image universe today that would have compared, that would have challenged.
They tried to do that, didn't they? But they just none of them produced enough work except McFarlane and I guess Eric Larson to get actually do it.
Not really, because they're still all about their own thing.
Yeah.
I mean, Todd, look, Spawn, if Todd had continued to grow the Spawn universe to the point where he had 40 books a month, he would have been successful, but he did. Spawn is a very niche universe, same thing with
Dark Horse tried to do it. Ultraverse tried to do it.
Ultraverse got bought by Marvel.
Well, that's because they were already going under.
I don't know. We had this conversation with Roland not too long ago.
Is that with the Malibu publisher?
Malibu had already failed by the time that Marvel bought them.
Wait, why do you think Marvel bought them then?
That's an excellent question that I've never been able to get a straight answer out of.
What's his name? Who was it gave straight answer the other day?
It was Roland. Yeah, he gave us a whole dissertation. He was there.
Well, what did he say?
He was in the office. The one thing I remember is because I was like, I thought they bought them for the coloring house. And he's like, no, everybody says that, but that's bullcrap.
Right. I know that's not true.
Yeah, but I'm
trying to remember why Dave Ulbrich, what he told me about it, but for some reason it's not coming back to me. I want to say that they were clearly they didn't really want the characters. They wanted it was I don't know, market share thing, or I can't remember exactly, but
They were running around buying everything. That was the same time they bought Toy Biz, right?
yeah. But yeah, trust me, Malibu was already heading in the tank way before then. Because I was one of the rats. Well, actually, I wasn't a rat. I stayed with the sinking ship too long, but I really liked the guys I was working with, and I felt kind of a sort of loyalty to them, and I sort of hung around too long when I had opportunities that probably were there that weren't as readily available once they went under. But
right. Okay. What was the other examples you gave of things that collapsed?
Dark Horse had world's greatest comic universe or something like that. Remember Ghost and all those characters, and that was all connected universe, and that failed miserably. And then Cross Gen, they weren't doing superheroes. They just,
ending it is that, because a lot of these like Marvel and DC books back in the day, they weren't like all these huge titles. They just, back in the day, today, a lot of the books aren't huge books. Most of the books at DC, what did Jim Lee say? Like a quarter of the books don't even break even.
Right.
So I think longevity in a case like that has to do with, longevity. You stick it out, even if it's not making the kind of money that, licensing Star Wars comics is doing.
Yeah,
you want to stick it out until you have that body of work. Look at freaking Stan Sakai, man.
These guys, when Marvel started up, for example, in the 60s, and no one knew who the Fantastic Four was or anything, there was no competition for that dollar.
Mm-hmm.
And so they kind of filled an empty void and, became cultural icons as a result of it. But, comic books were like the greatest form of entertainment when we were kids. They're not anymore. Video games are. And, Netflix and streaming services.
Just having a cell phone for kids, that's where they're...
Exactly. Judas Priest, my daughter lives on her cell phone. I can't even believe it.
Fortnite gift cards.
So I don't think the audience is there. The market isn't there really to support the numbers. And so trying to compete with Marvel doing at their own game when there's only a limited amount of people. I mean, how many people
that's the problem.
Spider-Man and go, join another.
See, that's the problem. It's the limited amount of people. Right. So in this brave new world we're going down, we have to go out there and find new people. We have to go out there and create new audiences.
Agreed.
And so
if it's possible.
Audiences that honestly, they never bothered picking up a Captain America comic book, but maybe they will pick up a Lone Star book for whatever reason. And
I just think nowadays it's more of a collector's market than anything else.
It is currently, but I want to change that. So
I think it would be a good idea if, all of the, indie guys did crossover events and stuff, with your characters and stuff. And although you didn't necessarily maybe get under one banner, but if you somehow connected the universe just by recognizing that Lone Star exists with Nexus, who exists with these other characters, and every once in a while you cross them over, you could sort of create your own universe and still kind of only be responsible for your own character.
I like what y'all are talking about, this universe business. I think that's a big part of it.
It's a huge key. For some reason, comic book readers, they want to be part of something bigger than just a single title.
Bingo. That's exactly it.
I was never that way when I was a reader. I just read the titles that I liked and didn't really care if they were connected or not.
See, but here's that thing. When I was a kid, I didn't care about Daredevil, right? But I saw Wolverine on the cover of a Daredevil book, and I picked it up because I loved Wolverine. And then suddenly, I cared about Daredevil.
Are,
And then I
are
went
you
back
are
and
you,
I started getting the Frank Miller Daredevils and all that stuff, and it's
That
like,
was the first comic I ever read.
are you talking
Daredevil?
about building and creating a universe for crowdfunded titles?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, personally, yeah, I like doing mine. That's why Blacklist Universe isn't just Lone Star, the comic book. I'm trying to build out a universe. I have a very long business plan with actually expanding out into a whole bunch of different books. But yeah, doing the thing like Monster Hunt is great for what Aaron's talking about, because I can do this regular. If I make Monster Hunt a series where I'm bringing in several different, with every campaign, I'm bringing in a couple different independent people, and then we're all just, exchanging audiences, and that's a great way to network characters for what I hope to be is a new audience to comic readers. Because you're right, Aaron, I'm not going to drag all the Marvel DC fans into crowdfunding and convince them to support my superhero universe, but I'm doing superheroes, damn it. Nobody's stopping me.
Well, what do you guys think about moving over to different platforms, like going mobile, digital? What do you guys think about all that?
Hey man, don't leave any money on the table.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's if you're having to make money to it.
Yeah,
I
no,
just don't-
You have to have the content first. That's what the crowdfunding is for. You do the crowdfunding to create the content. Ultimately, you can take that content, you can break it up, stick it on, Webtoon or whatever you want to do, and get it out to all the different. You can do animation. Oh my gosh, that's a whole different thing, man. If you could start doing your comic books as little 2-minute animations, 1 minute, 2-minute animations, and put those up regularly on YouTube, on those other platforms, that'd blow up. But that's a whole nother thing way down the road when I have more money and can hire people to do it, because I ain't doing it.
I saw Thor. Marvel Comics put out this thing about Thor. They got a new story coming out, and they did a little animated movie trailer for it, and it's all done in After Effects. And I'm like, dude, I know how to use After Effects.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I could spot everything they were doing, and I went, it's just time. I just,
it's just time. That's right. That's right.
Time.
You need time or you need money.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's really quite good if you have both.
Yeah. More helpful to have both, definitely.
Yeah. Does he actually show on the right-hand side of this, or is it kind of a vignette?
He's got 10 minutes left, so
I'm guessing no then.
the right side is
A couple of
lighter.
lines.
It's not as detailed as this area, but no, it's not just a vignette. Andrew Hayes says, I can use After Effects. Well, cool.
I learned it at one point, but After Effects was crap because when I started learning it, there was no audio.
Oh, really?
In the program, like you couldn't sync your video to your audio. Like you could, but it was an absurd process. To like Premiere, you just have an audio line and a video line. You could sync your audio and do stuff.
I'm just gonna take this big, fat, thick brush and just slap.
You monster!
What the heck is going on up there in the ceiling? I mean, he's just. It looks awesome, but I would never do that because I would this doesn't make any sense.
It's like an obstacle course hallway. It's like pounding things, hydraulic pounding pads come down.
I mean, it looks cool, but it's like I would never think to do something like that because it doesn't make any sense to me.
Wow.
And look at the way he taped down the artboard. He knew he was going to do so much wash. The entire board is taped down with some type of clear tape.
Steve Swanson says, why launch a universe? Why not get one hit book, then expand to meet demand? Because I have bigger plans, man.
I think that's what you're doing, though, Mike. I think that's...
Well, yeah, I'm taking it one step at a time. I'm not launching... I mean, like you guys have seen, if you've read Lone Star 1 and 2, there's seeds. There's seeds for longer-term stories for events that happen 10, 15 years from now. You're just not going to know it for a while.
Are you offering them on a website somewhere I can get a copy of Lone Star?
No, but
you have a store?
Go to LoneStarComic.com and sign up for the email list. I am launching the next campaign pretty soon. No, I haven't put them up on my store yet because I'm busy. I'm busy and I hate money.
Yeah, I'd like to catch up on it. I want to. He looks like a great character.
Oh, thank you. We'll take care of it. Hugh Jazz, who we have not seen in many, many, many months under this sock puppet, says cuff one head and 2 more alts. We are legion. He's mad because I blocked him for posting about Jim Lee multiple times.
Oh crap!
Oh, okay. So Celine Crawford, way back when in 1993, tells me the story about you and Jim Lee. And,
Nope. Nope, that is not for public consumption.
Well, no, I wasn't gonna say what the story was, but I've noticed since he's told me the story is that anytime I say the J word and the JL name, it gets a reaction from you. So I've kind of noticed, like, yeah. So guys out there, don't take it personal if you say you love Jim Lee or you rave about Jim Lee. You're gonna get a response.
I love Jim as a human being, as I love everyone.
There's a but, right?
Because I have to. No, I don't hate Jim or anything. It's we've just got a history. So it just drives me nuts. Some of the stuff he does in his art that drives me nuts. That a whole generation of artists do. That's just bad shorthand. And this barrel chest thing that everybody does kills me. It absolutely kills me. And I don't know. I don't know what else to tell you.
I'm one of those, man. I'm one of those kids that grew up. He was the first artist I had ever seen. I didn't know it was Wildcats #1. It was the first comic I had ever bought.
Eric Nienoltowski is like a brother to me. I've been trying to break him of this stupid barrel chest thing for freaking 15 years, and he won't.
It's hard once, like, because that's like your first work you see.
Just learn it. You know what? Buy a muscle magazine and look how stupid it looks compared to reality.
You know what? I remember this. I remember. I remember I was and so I was there at Mike's home studio. We're talking. I show him the drawing. He's like, "There is no real plate like this on the chest." He took his shirt off
20 years ago.
Took his shirt off to show me and give me an example. I was like, "Oh man, this is so weird and uncomfortable."
I've been having this argument for a while now. Nobody listens to me.
Well, it's the way you present it, Mike. If you take off your shirt.
Hey guys, sorry to interrupt, but I got to take my dog out, so I'm gonna crack.
Aaron. Well, you almost got to the end.
Well, I pretty much got it. That's pretty amazing. Yeah. Very cool. I can't wait to see it colored.
I know, me too. Kelsey Shannon's coloring this sucker. All right, God bless, Aaron.
It's nice meeting you, Aaron.
Good seeing everybody.
Adios,
Aaron.
And then number 4. Where's Siege?
Yeah.
Where's Kelsey? I thought Kelsey was coming.
Kelsey's getting blown away right now.
Yeah, Kelsey's in a storm. His power blew out about an hour before the show started, so he tried to do it off of his cell phone, but that wasn't doing.
That's right. They're getting a storm. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
So who's Chelsea? Chelsea. Have you seen his work?
Kelsey Shannon?
Oh, Kelsey Shannon. Oh, I think he did some work at Antarctic.
Oh yeah.
Isn't he the colorist on Punchline?
Yeah, he's done tons of stuff for Antarctic. No, but that would be dope.
I think. I was gonna say. I think I remember his name over there.
Oh, he's done tons of stuff. He still does regular stuff over there.
Wow.
Yeah. And he's coloring this cover because Kelsey is a phenomenal colorist. He's doing Nora's Saga over at Allegiance. He is doing the Nexus books with Mike Barron on the what campaign is that? Impossible Stars or something? So yeah, busy boy, and very, very skilled.
So the art that you showed me of yours is Lone Star Monster Hunt, and the cover we're looking at down there, that's for Monster Hunt that Matt's doing.
That is Monster Hunt, yeah.
Monster Hunt
okay.
issue 2.
Oh no, that art I was working on the other day, that's my secret project that I'm doing with that YouTuber I mentioned.
Oh, right. Okay, I want to keep me up to date on that. I want to get a copy of that.
For sure.
I like that. Pages, man. They were great.
Yeah, that was page 43. I'm almost there.
Jeez.
You're so close.
That's the one thing I remember about you, man, is speed. You're fast.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Now he's gonna be super deluxe fast. You
I
just
am. Oh, the
yeah,
new.
the new
No, because
technique.
I'm still doing all that anal retentive detail. So
You will that,
not break me of my detail, Jim.
is this the ballpoint pen technique or?
No, it's just the draw. Just draw it because you deep down you really know it. Like you don't. Mike's real technical with the construction of his figures and such.
Oh yeah.
All musculature.
And I love that pen technique, man, that you did, Mike, on Lord of the Rings. That was crazy work. I love it.
That was with that G2. That same pen that he's using right now.
Skippy.
I'm gonna look this pen up right now on Amazon.
No, don't do it, dude. Don't do it. Don't do it.
I have got to get one and try it, man, because I still every now and then I do some traditional stuff just to.
I'm telling you, when you go to a race, whatever pencil, it will stay black, solid black. The eraser won't touch it. It won't have any. I
You gotta let
mean,
it dry for like a week.
no. If you use like a 10, it takes a little bit longer. But you want to know what? Like I bought these brush pens, thinking that I'd be able to, just set my palm right over them after but that's not the case either for most any other pen.
I don't know what you're talking about.
The pens that dry the fastest they fade the most when you go to erase over them. That's what it means.
Are you using like standard Bristol board, like
yeah, just regular
two-ply
Strathmore stuff.
All right, Mike, I got a boogie, man.
All right, brother. You wanna me to check out what you're doing on your screen, or?
No. I was just warming up to work on your covered things, but
Ooh.
I need to focus. Y'all be good now. You here?
We're done here. 17, 14, 13, 12. Look, he's just gonna sign his name.
Oh, okay.
Jung Gi Kim.
Oh, that's all splatter and mess up top that he did for the blood and stuff.
Yeah.
That's what he was doing.
All right. Well, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. There it is. There it is.
Dang, why is he drawing on such a wide?
I know. A4. I don't know. Elliot, thank you so much for keeping us company.
Word. Later.
Appreciate you, brother.
All right.
Adios.
Peace. Kim Jung Lee. Damn it, you mother. I'm gonna block all your sock puppets pretty soon here.
I see what he did there.
All right, well there it is, man. So stoked.
Yeah, that's pretty glorious. It came pretty fast. I didn't think it was gonna. I mean, from when you spoke about seeing the preview, and when he did this, thought it would be a little bit longer, but
he did this in under an hour and a half.
No. There was another half an hour, so it was an hour and 50 minutes.
Oh my god, man! I mean, if his rates are what I think they are, or what you would expect them to be, and he can do work that fast,
yeah,
he's got to be.
He is, and he lives in South Korea, so.
God.
Yeah, we'll say completely under 3 hours with the thumbnail and stuff. So.
Oh yeah, that thumbnail probably took him 10 minutes.
God. Man, the money you could make. I mean, the amount of freelance work you could just take in.
Where can I find the Mike Barron, Kelsey Shannon project you were talking about? I think it's called Impossible Stars. There's a Nexus book on there.
Yeah, it's like an additional. Yeah, it's an additional.
Hold on, I'll get your link in a second.
On there.
All right, here we go. Head on down to Indiegogo. Right there's the link. Just click on that sucker, and it'll take you over to check out. And yeah, so Kelsey's doing the Nexus book down.
Is this going to be an alternate cover, Mike, or is this a regular cover for that issue?
It was going to be cover B, but he put a big old A on it, so I'm thinking about making it cover A. There's going to be 4 covers and then 4 Virgin variant black and white covers, so there's going to be 8 total.
Who did the art on the other covers?
I did the art on one, and then I'll let you know about the other 2 after they're in hand.
Top secret.
Cool.
Mike, how do I feel about Pat Lee? I like Pat. He's a good guy.
Oh, because he has a last name Lee. You're so upset.
It's not the name Lee. I like Stan. Well, I like Stan Lee. Pat Lee, Brian Lee, Doug Lee, Eric Lee, whatever Lees you got. Lee's a good name.
Jay, don't forget Jay.
Jay.
Jay Lee. Bruce Lee.
Ew.
All right, let's go back to checking out Mr. Sweldon.
I think I'm done with this mother freaking Triceratops. I'm gonna detail some fur now and these toes.
It's gonna be furry.
I think so. I think I'm pretty much done with this page.
I wonder why Costin didn't come in. He sent a link. I mean, he sent a response. He just didn't come in.
I'm just really having fun with fabric lately, so I just that stuff is fun.
Those crystals look great too.
So I need to do another stinking campaign pre-launch mailing list page for this.
What? For this cover?
For Monster Hunt 2, because it's going to be its own campaign.
Oh, interesting.
Ugh.
Agree. That is the fun part. I got to connect the lines.
Gotta draw through the. What do you call that when the butt?
The creasage.
The crack. Yeah. Wow.
The butt crack? What?
Yeah, draw through the butt crack.
It is the Kraken.
Let's get cracking.
Man, I love it. The way you incorporated even it's more like the cartoony character fits. Is that from Earthworm Jim?
Yeah. No, it's Bigfoot Bill. It's his other creation.
I really do have fun drawing cartoony stuff because I mean I remember Tiny Toon Adventures back in the day. Just learning, getting a hold of the video games. Man, just every Mario Brothers, like Simpsons. Just I tried doing it all, and then I'm glad to hear you say that was something that was one of the main focuses of attempting this, was to have them both kind of work and then have their own and maintain some of their ownness. But to hear you say that was like the biggest thing for me already.
Say what?
That the cartoony looks like it fits within even with Nexus, the cartooniness of a Bigfoot Bill and stuff like that.
Did y'all say Mike Barron created Earthworm Jim?
No. Doug TeNapel.
Nexus. Mike Barron created Nexus.
Yeah. Doug TeNapel created Earthworm Jim and Bigfoot Bill. And Mike Miller created Lone Star and Scout.
And I got the freaking flag.
He got it in animation and a video game for the Earthworm Jim.
Mm-hmm.
Do you not know what Earthworm Jim is?
I remember my son playing the video game. But I didn't know it was
started as a video game. And then it became an animation because it was so popular and all that stuff.
Oh.
Toys, all that stuff.
Oh, okay. I thought you guys were suggesting it started as a comic book.
No. He's doing a comic book now on Indiegogo. Earthworm Jim 2 available now on Indiegogo. Link not in the description.
Yeah, so you got somebody asking why you're using a pen and not a brush, Matt.
I just like the details.
Because he's crazy.
You make me want to pick up that pen, dude. And
don't do it. It's not waterproof.
So contagious. I mean, what do you plan on doing? How often do you leak all over your drawings? I mean, is that a thing?
No.
Dude, I was at a convention one year, and this dude literally spilled coffee on my stack of originals.
Oh, what?
Whoa.
And then he stood there shell-shocked because he couldn't believe what he'd just done. And I'm like, very calmly, you should go get some paper towels. And he's like, he like nodded and like ran to the bathroom to go get paper towels. I'm like,
So what are you saying? It's not waterproof, so the lifespan on this isn't.
No.
No.
It's archival ink.
It's archival.
It's waterproof.
It's the best ink I've ever used.
Because he doesn't use good ink.
What? I'm sorry. What? The
best ballpoint pen I've
It's the best Walmart ink. It's the most expensive Walmart ink you're
It's
gonna
the
find.
most expensive Walmart ink.
And did you say it's Pilot G2?
Look at that scout, man. He looks just like me.
I know. Let's go for it. Look at that brow. Look at that.
Look at that accurate webbing.
Yeah, no, oh man, don't even mess with me. When Molly,
Well, what cracks me up is he served and he still got the webbing wrong.
I know, that was really upsetting. I'd never seen webbing in a brick house pattern. Sorry, brother. Sorry, buddy. But yeah, no, and I'm having a time with the lighting on this thing because drawing the lighting coming down off the tentacles was something that I started to do, but I was like, well, wait a minute, the lava and a lot of lighting could be coming from the bottom too, and I'm like, crap, what do I do?
Well, you have to realize that the scene on the right and the scene on the left are different.
Yeah, but they're in the same place. And I don't want to give away too much of the story.
No, Nexus and Lone Star never go there. I mean, Nexus starts there, but he's never there with.
Man, Mike, you haven't read the script, have you?
I have.
That's why Lone Star's massive.
Because he's not there.
Yeah, but he goes there.
Not with them.
Yes, with them.
Are there going to be spoilers for those?
No, he doesn't. Remember, they get slung shot. It's Scout.
No, you're talking about a different scene completely.
Oh.
Now, wouldn't there be multiple light sources? I mean, isn't it okay to?
Yeah. I'm gonna make it. We'll see. It's just gonna be all over the place. I'm just gonna say good luck, colors.
I love the way you render that dude
Matt,
sitting
you're
on
reading this wrong. He doesn't go. Nexus doesn't go with them. It's just Scout, Bigfoot Bill, and the Kraken.
So you got to redo that cover.
You're talking about at that scene. I'm talking about the scene way before that.
What scene way before that?
Oh man, Mike, we're gonna have to have this conversation offline.
Spoiler alert!
Because I'm about to spoil the crap out of this.
Yeah. All right.
So
all right.
Show that guy that's sitting on top of the dinosaur. I want to get a closer look at that. I love that rendering.
That's who he's trying to hide from the
camera. Okay.
Well, no, you can see the dino.
No, it was a guy on the dino.
Honestly, dude, if he's going to be on the last, he's going to be on the.
No, I'm going to put this dude in heavy shadow. No one's going to freaking have a clue who it is.
I've already said who it was.
I know. Dang you! You keep pressing the matter.
Hey. It's actually a 4-way crossover.
Oh,
kind of. Kind of like Wolverine's first appearance, where he's just in the last panel of the book.
It's a quad.
Yeah, it's a quad rover.
Quad
rover. That sounds like a car.
Quad rover with a cameo. Just, he just peeks around the corner.
Man, I'm actually
showing him in the panel now.
Finish this
in the frame.
Yeah, check out those lats.
Now, what time is it? I should get started on a. It's almost midnight. I was
going
to say
try to finish a page.
I should get started on a page. I gotta start.
Can you recognize
4,
that?
5, 6, 7, 8. Man, I got 5 pages left to go.
Gluteus.
Hey, I've got a better butt than that. What are you doing?
Man, that's some great rendering on him, dude. Wow.
Thanks, man. I gotta spend some time.
Butt, Matt.
What?
Why'd you give me a flat butt?
The line flattens it with the.
Have you never seen my gluteus maximus?
Yeah, I did give you a flat.
Send us pics, Mike.
It's just that the line on the right.
His back. There we go.
But I have to say it's very Ultra Universe.
There we go. A little bit better. Oh yeah.
So Lone Star or Monster Hunt 2 sets up for a Monster Hunt 3, which I'm just gonna say, could be pretty cool. I don't know who else we would cross over with though.
Garbage Man. I'm actually gonna freaking fur the crap out of this Bigfoot. Probably not that much, but I've already spotted all the blacks that I wanted to where I wanted to, so I'm just gonna kind of just detail around it a little bit. Oh yeah, but I'm gonna have fun wrinkling up those toes.
Terrible.
Terrible.
Why does everyone have to mock me?
Oh crap! No, I'm not. I never look at the chat. Oh, you
Hey,
know,
Jimmy, let's see the Dave Finch cover, man.
Oh yeah. You guys want to see that one?
Yeah.
Oh crap!
Yeah. Let me open that up right here.
Oh wait, is it for your book and you inked it?
Yeah. Dave did the cover to my
snap.
book, and he said, "You're gonna ink me, right?" I said, "Yeah." And I was all flattered, but then I think it was just because he didn't have the time to ink himself.
Wait, is that it?
No, that's my work.
Oh, I thought you said you did that. Oh,
Yeah.
snap.
This is Dave Finch drawing my character, Nuri, who she transforms into that dragon that's behind her. So that's actually her back there.
Oh.
She's a were dragon.
She's the were dragon. Yeah. And that's her little buddy, Jack, the fennec fox.
Is it too much to ask if she can do it on command, or just does she have to have like a lunar experience or something?
No, yeah, it's a thing that she can do on command, but it's not like you do it and it's all party and fun. It's it's a dragon rage, so you got to be careful as she's the dragon.
You know what would be
like you do, like you
strange
do.
idea is if you had a character in that situation where the werewolf thing, right?
Mhm.
Terrible werewolf thing where once a month they have their bad weekend.
Their transformation.
Yeah. What if you had a monster like that, but it was only during eclipses, and it was like, during a solar eclipse, it's just mega level carnage.
It's like a purge. It's like a purge with monsters.
Some sort of an elemental freaking, like the purge type thing. He just wipes out civilizations during eclipses.
Well, with Nuri, she's an orphan and she's like adopted with this kingdom, and they want to weaponize her, but she might be the actual thing that brings destruction to them and destroy them. Because this thing is that when she's this dragon, I mean, she could, it's harder for her to control.
It's like Bahamut. She's like the most feared dragon ever.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Bahamut. Oh man, somebody as I was creating Dragon Rage, and I did it all on a live stream, kind of like what you guys are doing. And then people in the comments said, "Hey, have you ever seen Bahamut?" And I was like, nope.
Are they talking about the anime or just the dragon?
I didn't know, and so I started Googling it, and I found 2 different series of Bahamut. Dude, I'm hooked on it now.
Dude, Rage of Bahamut, is that what it's called?
Yeah, Rage of Bahamut.
It's glorious. There's 2 seasons, but I'm super sad the second season doesn't have an English dub.
Yeah, the second season is what I'm on now, and I started the second season first because I didn't know that there was a first one. I didn't know there were
Virgin Soul. Is what it's
Virgin
called?
Soul. Yeah.
It's so good. Yeah,
I'm on that now. Going, holy crap! She's even got pink hair like Nuri. Nuri has pink hair.
It's animated really well. Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. I'm really hooked on the series, and I ordered Bahamut, the first one, where it actually has the Bahamut dragon in it. And after I ordered it, I watched this critic. He just tore it apart, and I was like, "Oh my god!"
It's good. It's freaking awesome.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it anyway. Half the time I don't listen to critics. I mean, had I done that, man, I wouldn't have never backed Lone Star. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding. Which I'm actually regretting that I didn't know anything about crowdfunding back then, because I missed out on a lot of good books. Like Lone Star is one of them that I want. I wish that I had gotten Punchline through it.
Clearly, you did.
Is it too much to ask what time period this is in, or is it even on Earth? Is it another world completely? Or
yeah, it's like anime, like with anime, how they kind of create their own whole universe, their own medieval dark times.
What the heck is that called? I can't remember what the term is, but yeah, I'm down with that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, we've created kind of our own thing. We brought in influences from like television, movies. I mean, for me, visually, like movies, television. We're not actually, going by the when you think of Eastern, dragons and mythology and all that.
Mhm.
It's like I'm doing kind of the anime thing where you just bring in all these different cultures and you kind of mix them all together and create your own.
Glorious.
I mean, there isn't going to be any like steampunk or people out there with like robots and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because you get that in anime, you're like, wait a minute, that cell ship flies, and it's
You're
got a
getting
robot.
some grief in the chat over your choice of dubs over subs. But ladies and gentlemen, you don't understand. Matthew Weldon is an artist, and like all artists,
I like to view. Yeah, I like to look at the artwork. I
we
don't know
gotta
about you.
listen.
I'm obsessed with looking at the artwork, and trust me, I probably don't watch the anime you're watching. Like, I only watch good anime.
You like the tentacle anime.
The tentacle
That's a
anime.
big negative.
That's why there's a big tentacle on the cover, on the
right.
back of Bigfoot.
Man, you have no idea. Like, I've been really getting broken in on the tentacle stuff, and that sounds weird now that I say it.
Yeah.
But I just did Soul Finder 2 for Doug Ernst, and there was a great deal of tentacle cracking action in there too. So like I'm back to back cracking. Yeah,
tentacles in the Kraken. Is that what you're saying?
Back in the Kraken.
Back in the Kraken. but yeah, I mean, Dave puts a lot of line work and texture in his work.
Yeah, he does.
But
did he do it? Did he do that drawing on a show? Because I know he's been doing a lot of YouTube lately. Or no?
No. He said this would take him. He wanted to spend more time on it, so he couldn't do the live stream because
that's all good.
His live streams are about an hour and a half to sometimes 2 hours.
He would have been a lot cooler if he did.
That's right.
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, he showed it up on the live stream, and he's really great, man. He's we're friends, and so he's
I
really
like the show. I like the show.
Yeah.
Hey, if somebody said they wanted to see this closer up, I opened it up.
Yeah. Go a little more, man. Oh wow, look at that, man. You got like a Richard Bennett shine going on that guy's knee on the armor.
I love the arms like back like that. That's freaking great.
This is brush, right? Because it looks a little thinner on the ink.
He's pretty much all brush. I started hitting the backgrounds up with a quill.
Couldn't even tell.
Yeah, and the strokes I wouldn't have been able to tell before until I started using brush. Yeah. And it wasn't. And Mike's actually the reason why I got introduced to brush, which I'm actually grateful for because man, it changed my life. Ink with a brush, it really will build up your confidence and really teach you control and patience. Man, it takes a lot of patience to learn.
Yeah, that's the thing about brushes. Like I got all jazzed to start playing around with brushes since I'd been hanging out with Mike and Elliot, and I got a couple of the Pentel brushes, the barrels, and the thing about it that really messes me up is like because it's a brush, and the reason I got the brushes is so I could fill in my areas that I needed to fill in a lot faster. But it makes me really angsty and it really messes me up in a lot of ways. And so like I have to calm down and try to take my time with my strokes because I grab the brush and I'm just like, I'm going to get some work done, but it doesn't work out. Yeah. Like I have to still take my time with and be, artistic.
Is the secret project in the same universe as Lone Star? A guy from Red Bank asks. No, it is not. Lone Star is in the Blacklist Universe on a... You know what? That's as far as I'm going to go.
Oh, dang.
This universe is completely different. So, yeah.
And Mike's actually... it was either Mike or Salim, I forget. They taught me that when you use the brush, it helps if you breathe out. To get that, like, breathe out and get that steady hand right before you throw a line. And I learned that that's kind of the same thing snipers do, like with their gunshot, to steady your hand, and it works, man. It really helped me out with the brush.
I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna try to remember that.
Yeah. Did you fill in that black, Mike, in Photoshop, or
No, the
wasn't
thing
it lighter?
I
He
can't
always
see it on
fills.
my scanner, so I have these
Oh, is that what that
see
is?
this streak of like weirdly. It's like lighter, so I have to go in and I have to do a burn tool for this area here and here before I
Oh,
convert the black and white. And sometimes I have to even clean it up after that.
mm.
So I
That's
like
that's
these.
that's one of the things I love about digital is that it's completely black, completely white, and I don't have to mess with any, correcting. I mean, I have what do you call that when you record your actions? So I have like a recorded
Oh
action.
yeah, yeah.
I just run it and gets it all ready for print, and that's pretty good looking there, though. You cleaned it up really, really well, except for the bottom panel you pointed out. But
Yeah, right here.
it's
I've been
actually
doing this thing where I with my cross hatching and then I go over it with white to do
the
hatches over
cuts.
it, and it kind of like
Yeah,
breaks it up.
I love that. I love that texture. It works great on that blade.
Yeah,
Um,
I need to get better at that, Mike. What you got going on there? Yeah, recording those actions, man. Just hit that play button, man. I love it.
Yeah, it took me a while, and then when I finally, got that and learned how to adjust my drawing, now I just do all my work digital, hit that button, it's ready to go, and I export it. And when you export from Clip, I can export at 600 DPI, 11 by 17 as a TIFF, and it's no larger than 4 megabytes.
Oh, dude,
It's crazy.
it's amazing. Yeah, mine are usually like 2 megabytes per page.
Yeah,
It's absurd.
if I export it,
Bitmap? Are you talking about bitmap and TIFF?
no, I mean, I just no, I don't even have to go in Photoshop and make it like a bitmap, because a
That's
bitmap
yeah.
deteriorizes the line work.
That's the thing I'm conflicted with these days.
Wait, what
is
do you mean
like,
the bitmap deteriorizes line work?
Yeah,
it
it's not
really.
it's not as clean or as crisp when I used to do traditional work and then take it in Photoshop and then
Because this
convert
right now is a
it.
JPEG.
It cleans it up a lot more. Like it really takes out a lot.
No, because you guys aren't adjusting the levels first.
Yeah,
Well, I
no,
am.
yeah, I'm
No,
using
I am.
yeah,
Look,
using levels and
watch. I'm going to convert this to bitmap right now. Mode, bitmap.
But you're probably
Almost
scanning.
nothing.
You're scanning that way
instead of
too. Your scanner can automatically do a bitmap scan too. That's probably what you're doing already.
It's not. It's scanned in as a JPEG.
I know, but there's a certain mode that your scanner, and I guarantee it's what it is. Because my scanner would automatically, pretty much already bitmap it for me.
yeah. And the thing too, man, when you're digital, like you don't get any jagged edges like that. Like it's so clean, and so that's why I kind of
don't get
Hmm?
original art.
That's true.
Yeah, well, I mean, but then again, I'm not a Mike Miller. I don't have fans buying my original art, so it's not. I don't miss it.
Jimmy, you've been inking Dave Finch.
Oh yeah, no, I inked Dave originally, and man, what's crazy about Dave's work? We were working on Power Rangers 25 doing the cover, and a guy came in and asked me, online. He emailed me, said, "Hey, I heard you're inking Dave's cover. I want to buy it," and I was like, "How did you hear about it? Like, it's not even out yet." And so then I told Dave about it. Man, that cover was already sold for like $7,000 before. And it was like
before you were asked him about it.
Yeah, and that was at a discount. And so I was like, oh man, I wish this was the cover of one of the 3 that I was getting in the split. Because man, it would have been awesome. But yeah, I mean, I ended up with a few covers that we did, and it was really nice. Like I bought a Cintiq. Just selling one Dave Finch cover,
That's freaking awesome.
Yeah, and a computer. So it was nice, but man, I mean, like, not everybody I ink. There were some other artists that I inked. I even inked on like, bigger titles. I couldn't even give that stuff away. So I don't know. I don't really know if I could sell original art. I mean, my own original art. I don't know if people would buy it. I mean,
I think you'd be surprised, but I mean. A part of me is like I don't think I would like to get a Cintiq or something for coloring and stuff like that.
I have to remove this.
Or 3D modeling one of these days. Like,
yeah, man, I want to buy a 3D printer. I'm actually that's my next.
I was so close not too long ago.
It's my next step. I've gotten pretty much everything else here in the studio because I have like I don't know about, well, you don't do any digital, Mike, but when you do digital, the cool thing is like you customize. You make.
Mag 7 all digitally.
Oh, are you serious?
Yeah.
Ooh, dude, I didn't know you even touched digital. I
Oh
didn't know you.
yeah,
Dude, that's awesome.
I forgot.
Yeah.
Did you read it?
I haven't yet. I had just noticed. I realized that you had sent me the PDF. You said you have good friends in something you said. I was like, what? And then I realized, oh my god, there's a PDF up here. I didn't even know you sent the link tonight. It'd been sitting there for a while. I didn't. I had no idea. And then I get up there and I go, oh wait a minute. I think this is a new link because we had just talked about the link you sent me before. I was like, oh dude, it's middle of the week. I'm already in bed. So tomorrow I don't have to be up early, so I'm up late. But so I thought it was that link. I didn't realize it was a new one. But man, I'm impressed, dude, that you're doing digital too. I mean, I didn't know you were set up for digital.
Yeah, I got a Cintiq.
I thought every time I said digital, I get the same response when I say Jim Lee. I thought I'd get that out of you. Digital, don't say that here. Yeah, we don't say the D word around here. Yeah, so what I did was I made all my own brushes to get that type of ink work look effect. And I didn't even know you could sell brushes. And later on, I ended up exporting all my settings and all my brushes, and I put them up on my Gumroad. Man, I make a month off that, like enough to pay a mortgage. I mean, yeah. So that's one of the plus. I guess it balances out. Like if you don't have original, but if you customize and make your own digital products, I mean, you can sell them.
That's pretty crafty. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's how I bought like this microphone headset and all the stuff you see in this studio. It's all paid for by that.
Wow. Nice.
Yeah, it's great. It's a way to augment your income. It just it's like a whole extra little paycheck. Of course, it fluctuates. Like some months, it's bigger, and then others. I think the least I've made is like 400 out of that in a month. Yeah,
Gumroad. Yeah,
you can even sell your originals if you guys like put up your originals or your comic book. Like if you want to sell LONESTAR, create a Gumroad, and you can actually sell physical products.
Yeah,
you know about this, Mike?
To get around to that, I know Elliot uses Gumroad.
Yeah, it took me a while to put together like a really good brush set that I liked for coloring and stuff like that. It took me a while. I still haven't. Do you use Photoshop or something else?
No, I'm in Clip Studio Paint.
Clip Studio.
Or you mean Mike?
Both of you. Yeah, either one of you. Yeah, it's hard to find. The thing that's been most elusive to me is like a good halftone experience, or anything like that. Brushes or tools or what, because I just learned about tools not too long ago. But yeah, I would just use it for colors if I ever like really got into tableting.
What are you drawing, Mike? Are you in Photoshop or?
Yeah, I'm so on that other piece I had some of that because that ink was way too light, right? So when I did the levels, it wasn't working out. So I did another copy off the same scan, and I did different levels. So now I can just paste.
I meant with your digital work. Are you in?
Oh, am I in what?
Like Clip Studio or Photoshop?
Photoshop.
Man, I don't know how you guys work in Photoshop. I have the hardest time.
Why?
Man, I just the lag for me, and I've got
lag
all jacked up.
Computer?
No, mine's I have a Mac, but it's man,
yeah, that's weird because Photoshop used to be made for Mac.
Yeah, it's supposed to special.
Yeah, and this one's beefed up. I mean, I mean, this is it's not your average Mac, and I'm basically just one small step underneath the iMac Pro. I just don't have the video card for it. The same one that the iMac Pro has. My video card's just a little different. But it's
no, man, I don't have lag. If I have lag, like once in a blue moon, it just tweaks me off. So I just reboot my computer.
Oh, okay. So it's like a memory thing.
Yeah,
at that point,
all lag is memory.
Yeah. This one's
my C drive for some reason. I don't even put stuff on my C drive, and somehow or another it's filling up. And so, I need to do something.
It might be like temporary data. Like it dumps temporary data as you're working there, and then
Yeah. So if I get any, and I mean literally a millisecond of lag, I will just reboot my computer.
yeah, I love Clip, man. Clip has never failed me. It's never crashed. It's never been slow. It's just smooth sailing.
Doesn't Elliot like Clip Studio Paint?
Yeah.
I think that's what he was drawing on, right? He had an iPad Pro, and he was.
Yep.
Yeah. Man, you
I
cleaned
mean,
it up pretty well.
I've never even tried it, so I can't even speak to any of it. Clip Studio.
This is bringing back memories. I haven't had to clean up artwork in so long. Are you going to Photoshop and do this? I remember all this now. I was like, yeah.
Memories. Yeah, well, like I said, this dude's got 1 million subs, so I'm hoping I can sell some art.
Oh yeah, man.
I think it's gonna go
You
well.
want to talk about your friend?
Yeah, I was gonna say my friend. I mean, I can say it. I mean, ZHC, and I know him. And
So how long have you known him? Because his channel's only 3 years old.
yeah, I met him when he started his YouTube channel. He was doing videos out of his dorm room, and that's when I first started talking to him. And he just he started blowing up fast. I mean, quick.
Yeah, dude, I was watching his videos to try to figure it out, because when I get around to taking my channel seriously,
Well, that's
if I get around to taking my channel seriously, I need to, because I like doing how-to videos. It's just the time and effort it takes to do all the video editing that's like, that's huge time suck. Walden Wong's over here spending like 6 hours a day making videos every day for Inktober. And I'm like, it's just, I ain't got that kind of time. I am so busy. I'm like burning the candle like in the middle and on both ends.
yeah, I know that feeling, man. But he understood YouTube. He would tell me, this is before he reached 1 million viewers, and he would tell me, he'd give me advice and say, you got to do this and this in your video. And so I'm now, had I the same thing, had I taken my channel much more seriously, I think I would have much more viewers. But he taught me what to do on the behind the scenes, and how to really set up a video so that it works with YouTube. And so I use a little bit of it, but I shared that information with Dave Finch, and so Dave is following that format, and he's picking up. He went from 10,000 viewers to, I don't know, he's like at 50 now or something like that within a matter of weeks.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, spill.
Yeah.
Well, Dave Finch is throwing me off a little bit, because I don't know, I could be wrong about this, but he's posting pictures on his drawing videos that aren't even in his video, and I'm just like,
Oh yeah, as long as it's a character and somebody he's drawn. Because sometimes when he's creating the stream, the artwork hasn't even been done yet, so he has to find work.
Yeah, I gotcha.
And sometimes he goes back and then he updates it, but it's not always the case, because sometimes he's like really, really busy. I mean, he's always busy, man. I mean, the guy's just working on multiple things at one time. I don't know how he does it. I don't know how he got into video. I mean, I know why. I mean, I helped him with the video editing and streaming, but I introduced him to it, but I don't know where he finds the time. I mean, I wish I could work that fast like he does. It's just, I couldn't do that. But I'm sure you guys have all been there. I mean, where you juggle. I know Mike did 2 books at one time when I remember when I met you years ago. You were working on 2 books at one time. I couldn't believe it. I don't know. It's crazy to think, man. 2 books. I mean, and these are books where I think it was at DC. I think you were doing 2 books at one time. It was crazy. No, you did Mutant X. It was Mutant X at that time, and something else.
I was doing Mutant X and Green Lantern.
Yeah.
What?
It's crazy. 2 books at one time, man. I have no idea how you ended up with 5 kids and working on so many books at one time.
Well, you've seen my wife.
Yeah, I remember Jill. I remember this, and we had this conversation, and I never ever got to clarify in the 25 years that we've known each other. So let me tell the story here real quick. I walk into Mike's office at Eye on the Storm. He's got this really big poster that I've been admiring for the longest time. I'd seen an advertisement of it. It's cosplay voodoo. and he's got a huge poster up on his wall. And I walked in there, and he was telling me, we were talking about religion and stuff like that, and he's like, yeah, I mean, I believe in God, and I'm Christian. And I said, dude, if you believe in God, why do you have this big picture of this girl
You must relinquish it to me.
Yeah, as voodoo, and I've always wanted that poster. He says, that's my wife. I was so embarrassed that I was eyeing this poster that I never ever got to apologize.
I was not expecting you to say that.
Yeah, I was like, whoa. And then I eventually, I mean, I get to meet Jill, and she's wonderful, and they're good people. And it was I mean, how do you backpedal from that? So I changed the subject really quick. It was a crazy experience. But
wait, so poster, was this a one of a kind poster then, Mike?
No.
Oh, I understand.
It was something through Wildstorm. Like she was dressed.
Grab one right quick if you want.
Yes, it was dressed through. Yeah, and so I thought, like, oh my god, like I just, this guy's never gonna invite me back, right? So we go to his home studio, and he's like, yeah, you got to use reference to draw, and with models. And he shows me, he has pictures of her in a bikini back then, and he's so comfortable, and I'm like, I feel weird. It's like, I can't look at this stuff, man. It's not right.
Wait, Mike, did you just post something on your Facebook with was that your wife then? I thought I saw you standing with some cosplayers. Maybe it was like an old newspaper clip. I can't remember.
Oh yeah, that was Immortal 2.
Oh yeah,
I thought I just saw something yesterday.
She was one of them. She was one of the Immortal 2, and then it was her friend.
No, it was her cousin Meredith Miller.
Oh, her cousin. Okay, I remember that they knew each other back then. Dude, I've always wanted that poster because you know what she looks like? Jennifer Connelly, right there.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Did y'all just like draw the tattoo on the leg, on the arm?
The tattoo was photoshopped.
Now I'll tell you,
okay.
If Voodoo was ever in a movie or ever in real life, that's what she would look like.
That's pretty awesome. She got the fluffy leggings.
Half black.
She does have the fluffy leggings. Nice.
Jill is not half black.
No, Voodoo is though.
Who? Oh, Voodoo.
She's half black.
I didn't know that. Wow, I've been such a big fan of
I remember she was dark skinned. Yeah, I didn't really think about it.
I always thought she was Latina. I didn't know.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
No, she is Latina. I remember her saying a little bit of Spanish in Wildcats 1.
Well, maybe she's half black, half Latina.
Oh yeah, that's right. But look at this. Kung Flu Kitty says, Jennifer Connelly, you just said the magic words. I mean, didn't she Kung Fu, right? Didn't she look like Jennifer Connelly?
Yes.
I'll tell you, man. That's not an insult at all. That's a big compliment. But you still have this poster in wrapping.
Still have it what?
How did you still have that poster new for 30 years or whatever long it's been?
I mean, is that the same one that you had in your office, Mike, or is that just a copy of it?
No, I've got about 6 copies of it still.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh, man, that's crazy. I mean, back in the day, I would have bought one. Now it's like, it's not right. I know you guys now. It's like
dust. I mean, they're covered in those plastic bags, but they're all covered in dust. So I'm gonna go wash my hands.
Because does that picture give you funny feelings? So now you got to wash your hands.
Oh, my hands are covered in dust.
Oh crap! Yeah, I just had to. I just dusted off my table earlier today, and I was raking it off because my table's right downwind of a vent in my house, and I'm trying to get a lighting situation going on my table where I could record more videos and do more stuff because we're all talking about YouTube, and I'm trying to get everything up and running.
Do you have a channel?
Yeah, I do. It's all time lapse videos, and I just have fun making time lapse videos with trying to put. And you know what? I started using copyright free music, and I'm just like, you know what? I'm not monetized, so I'm just ripping everything off now. So Yeah, there's no music that's sacred to me. I'll if
Well,
in fact
oh,
I take requests.
I mean, if you stay consistent with the content, you could be. I mean, you could really build up a following.
I have over 100 videos right now, and I'm pretty excited about it so far. They're all between 1 to 5 minutes or something like that. But I haven't done any commentary videos, which I probably should do. I should probably consider like taking my time, and I've sped up every single one of those 100 videos. So I need to like take my time and try and do quicker sketches and explain a little bit of the process and stuff like that one of these days.
I just realized Mike's son's sitting in the background while I'm talking about Jill. I didn't.
He'll never get over it.
Poor kid. He's gonna go to therapy now. He's like, oh my god, my mom cosplayed as Immortal 2 and Wildcats.
You feel better?
Is that one of your sons in the chat? Or is he saying the same thing?
No. No, Jiminy Cricket. He's older than me.
Oh, I thought that was actually your son typing back there. It's like, oh my god, I damaged this kid, giving him nightmares. Yeah. Oh, Jimmy's scarred Mike's kids for life.
Jiminy.
That's Jimmy.
Jiminy's so good. Jiminy's like, yeah, he's one of the guys I covet his action-oriented drawing skills. He's got good sense of action.
Yeah.
Oh, did you guys want to see that? I guess I don't know, Matt. Did you see this yet? The final.
I never know what I've seen until
I'd like to see it closer.
Show it to me again.
Yeah.
I think I did see it. But
Man.
I like that. Yeah, that's the thing about. I need to get better at my braids. My hair braids.
Oh, you have dreadlocks? No, I'm just kidding. You got
my illustration braids. They're so poor. I need to.
How did you adapt to this style? I mean, like this is Franklin Booth kind of thing that's hard to pull off, and I've never seen you do this. Like you just, it surprised me. Like
I just, did it.
Man, are you serious? Like first try, or do we have like 25 drawings?
I mean, it's just
off camera.
No, it's just I wasn't copying anybody, really.
No, man, it's cool.
It just what seemed natural, like because I was trying to go with the curvature here, and then I'm like, here I needed a lighter spot, but I didn't want to just, and I had to go to a different angle. So
I can't believe you left off, and talking about natural, I can't believe you left off that natural eye of Sauron, man. Now that's getting natural.
We don't talk about the brown eye of Sauron.
You added a wave to the same type of
room anyways.
The same type of line work, and it's a wood grain.
Oh yeah, I see what you're saying.
They created a wood grain in the same pattern.
Yeah.
Just by adding a wave in the line, and that's genius.
Genius.
This is the style, really, to be honest, that I want to convert my style to. I saw Mark Silvestri do something kind of similar, like it's like a Franklin Booth. And
not really. Does he do like woodcuts?
Yeah, he's kind of doing like a woodcut kind of thing. I think he's doing the same thing. I think he's influenced by Franklin, and I like it. I want to pull something off like this. I love the way you did this. I mean, it's exactly the way I want to transition to.
Yeah, I like how he hatches his stone. If you ever catch him do like his game. What's it called? What's that freaking show called? I can't ever think of it. Game of Thrones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he does these cool Game of Thrones covers, and he always does this little hatchy stonework.
Oh, you're talking about?
Yeah, I'm talking about you.
Oh,
I dig it. Yeah, like the dude sitting in a chair. Guy sitting in a chair with the freaking window behind him, and then stonework, and then the stonework with the umbilical tentacle monster in the dungeon.
I don't have a whole lot on here. I showed you the dragon one.
I remember you
I love
flipping
that
through
one.
your original art book. You still have a lot of those covers, like you still own.
What's that A24? Oh, that's a good one too.
Yeah, see, yeah. Sometimes he'll go full and he'll light hatch and he'll do different line weights on it. But just that stone stuff.
Well,
Oh,
this
you,
I did the light, and then I
Oh, that
yeah, I was
works.
gonna say I saw that in the candle too.
See, yeah, when you get up on it,
Yeah.
delicious.
Oh my God, you even cross back through the little stuff on the bricks to create that
Yeah, you
those cuts.
Mr. Beast.
Jesus, man, scroll back out a little bit. I want to see this again. That dude down there, the Targaryen, not Targaryen. I mean Lannister. Is that Lannister?
yeah.
Man, I like that.
Why didn't you shade? I would have shaded half into that wood grain of her shadow. That would have been you would have leveled up, bro. I mean, that would have been a big task, but I would have gave it a shot.
Yeah, I probably should have.
I mean, it's like it's like what do you do? How do you make decisions on? Because I'm just between colorists so often. Certain colorists I might trust to do certain things, and then some things I do, I have no idea who's gonna color my stuff, and so I'm like, ugh. What do you trust?
Yeah,
colorists
that's the
to
tricky
do?
thing, man. That's part of the reason I kind of, I think I got abused into not spotting blacks anymore because of how many bad colors I've had to deal with, and it's like you sit there and you waste all this time doing this beautiful core shadow, and then some colors comes in and doesn't have a clue what a core shadow is, and just colors it up like. I'm like, what the
bloody savage?
How did you get this job? And how can I fire you? How can I get you fired?
Man, I can't tell you exactly which drawings it is, but I've just been looking at a lot of like big Marvel and you know what? I was really upset now that I think about it. I was looking at the Dave Finch drawing where
this is digital, by the way.
Who is that?
Egret.
Is that a cover?
Yeah.
Just a snowy cover. I was looking at the drawing.
Jimmy, because he's so up my butt about digital.
Yeah, I love it. I love that hatching you did, and just for the hood to separate it from the.
Now that's one thing
fur.
I would like to do digital. I would like to use a white pen and hatch into like some dark areas and get that effect. Like I don't know if you don't. I don't know. You may not do that as much in your work. I could be wrong, but do you understand what I'm saying when I say that?
Mike would do this in his traditional work.
Like, use a white pen and do like a little strand of hair. Yeah.
Yeah, he has that in his traditional work as well.
Delectable.
Yeah. See, it's not that I can't do digital. Now I don't have this original cover. But I was really behind the 8 ball and I had to get it done and doing it digital. I'm like, oh man, I could do all of her ringlets of hair, copy and paste. So
oh yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
Copy, paste, and warp. This was one ringlet of hair, and then I copy pasted and warped it.
I remember that Tadia drawing. That was pretty freaking smooth.
Yeah, I did that one all digital too.
Why does Peter Dinklage sound like a porn star name?
Peter Dinklage.
Yeah, he's under singing it.
Peter Dinklage.
Oh no, it says that was Jimmy Reyes. I colored the Dave Finch cover. I was his inker. I inked Dave.
No, like what I was saying a second ago was that the colorists, and I've been seeing a lot of colorists on Marvel and DC stuff that are no bueno.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Wait, no. What's his face? What?
No, Hound.
I'm not familiar with the show.
That's the Hound.
Watch the show.
I love that cover.
This is black.
Oh
this is low res. Hold on a second. That's high res.
Yeah, don't soil my eyes with that low res beam.
That's all brushwork right there. Flippity flap, smash, it out.
So that's traditional.
Yeah.
And this was before the Game of Thrones show, or was this after?
This was after. I've been doing Game of Thrones stuff since 2001, 2003. I started working with George on stuff, but yeah, the books were after the show. But I don't do it after the show. That's why. See, he's supposed to be burned on the left side of his face, but on the show they burn him on the right side of his face because he's deaf in his left ear, and so they couldn't put the prosthetic over his left ear.
Oh wow, I didn't know that. Yeah, that's
Oh no,
really
he's deaf in his right ear, so they couldn't put the prosthetic over his left ear. Otherwise, he couldn't hear.
Yeah, he would be totally muffed.
Yeah, so that's why they swapped the side of the face. But I get it, right? So this one's traditional. That other one was digital.
Scroll down a little more. I want to see the rest of it on that. Oh, look at that! Look at the way he did the layers of her clothes. It's not like you could just spot that in black like so fast. But you went in there, and I don't know how did you do that? Like, what is that? Pin?
Brush.
That's
I like that string.
What did you do? Mask the area, or how did you? Or just holding lines and just freehand those strokes, or
I just
you'd have to. You didn't take.
I just think that. What do you want?
I mean, there's no like masking anywhere to
mask anything. Come on,
man. I would throw that line fat.
In the stitching.
Oh yeah.
That's stitching.
Yeah, none of this is masked, man. See,
serious?
You can see that little goof up right there.
Yeah.
Goof up right here.
Man, I could never. I always throw the lines pretty fast, so I'd like to mask certain little areas so I could just get that quick line when I throw my line. But...
And the chainmail.
Oh my god! I could see that being like yeah.
Oh, you want to see chainmail? Hold on a second. Let's see some Lone Star, Mind of the Monster.
I like that little tent tie that she got her clothes.
This is chainmail.
Oh yeah, I saw this page. Yeah. And there's no pattern brush, anything put in there. This is just
an original.
An original. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, it's insane. It's crazy. How did you end up with 5 kids spending this much time on art, man? I mean, I would be at the drafting table forever. I would never be able to get off the drafting table.
That's freaking awesome.
God, look at those horses, man.
Mike is a caballo specialist.
This is insane. Look at this. How long did this take you?
I don't know, a couple days.
God, look at that. I mean, but none of the characters are like identical. It's like each character is.
Yeah, this one's got a mask on.
Yeah. That's crazy, man. So many characters that are like going. Oh, except for the very far back. I mean, to push them back, they're just kind of outlined, but almost you got detail in them almost all the way to the back.
Yeah, I showed this to Carlos Pacheco, and all he said was more arrows. I'm like,
oh yeah.
I'm probably gonna go in and just clone and paste these.
Yeah, I would say definitely a lot. I would really put this thing, man, at a whole nother level.
Wow, I do like the curvature of those arrows.
Yeah,
that's really cool.
Well, it's following the perspective of the shot. I like how everything's kind of in this, I don't know, kind of fish-eyed perspective.
Grass.
Oh, dang, grass.
I don't know how you and JRR, whatever his name is, JR, draw those grass blades like that. Like he has them, John Romita Jr., he has them like grass blades everywhere like that.
Really?
Like each blade. Yeah, have you seen that that Batman where Danny Mickey inked him on that Batman run that he did? The blades look just like that. I try, but forget it. I get lazy through some of them. I'm like, I need to speed this up. I'm like, I gotta start, But it's cool. Like I can just draw in all the blades, and then I just go back in with the white brush and just kind of like cut out the overlapping lines.
Heck yeah.
Here's the cover I won't be using for Monster Hunt.
Oh, why not?
I don't like it.
He read the script. He drew it. Did you actually draw this before you read the script, or was did you?
I drew this for the Nova or the Nova.
Yeah, the drawn and quartered, but
Nexus.
But was that? But I can't remember when we got a hold of the script.
Yeah, I did not have the script yet. I just had the idea.
That little thing behind Nexus's back, whatever it is, makes it look like his back goes even further out. What is that thing behind him?
Where? What?
That line. What is that?
That's his back. That's his back.
Oh. Is that? Oh, okay. Because it looks like it was,
he's doing a major lat flex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Latissimus dorsi.
He channels. Yeah, he channels his.
I'm gonna steal that idea you just did on your clouds to outline your clouds. I love it.
What clouds?
Oh,
Right there.
Yeah, multiple lines.
Man, that's awesome. Yeah, multiple lines. Yeah, I want to do that now. I love that look. That's
It does look cool. Thievery.
Everybody says it looks too much like Homer Simpson.
oh yeah.
Bigfoot Bill should look more vicious. Have you read the comic? Jeez. Then yeah, this just it just doesn't. It's not doing it for me anymore. So I need to do it.
Yeah, I agree. I do like it, but I mean, as far as like the story goes, which we still need to talk about off stream.
Yeah. Meaning we should probably end the stream.
You could do a lot. I mean, all
right. Yeah, it's 12:30. We've been doing this for 3.5 hours, so I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this puppy up. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, Dragon Rage on the Indiegogos. Putting the link up in the chat. Please do go support Jimmy and his cool dragon chick comic book. Do sign up at http://LoneStarComic.com. By the way, Jimmy, get yourself a DragonRage.com.
Oh, I do. DragonRageComic.com.
Oh, then why? Yeah.
How about?
Yeah, it's got a cool little animated. Have you seen it? Have you gone there yet? Cool little animated looping.
He's already
video.
on top of everything.
Yeah, he's on top of everything. And then Matt Weldon. Yeah, you got nothing.
Soulfinder 2 will be launched any day now. Look out for that. Douglas Ernst, Indiegogo.
And do subscribe to, what's your channel name?
Mine?
Page One Comics? No.
Oh, yeah. Page1comics.com.
Page1comics.com. Subscribe to him on YouTube. And of course, everyone is subscribed to Matthew Weldon. And if you're not, shame on you. Shame.
Don't worry. If you're wondering.
Shame.
You shall not pass!
You must all go subscribe right now.
At Weldon Art on YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter.
All right. Like, subscribe, share, do all that fun stuff. We will see you guys in the Funny Books. We'll see you tomorrow night for
are we doing it?
Are we doing it?
I mean, yeah, I'll be there.
All right. So, Jimmy, I don't know if you noticed, we're doing hardcore critiques on Saturday nights now. So,
oh, cool.
People can set up their art, send it up on Twitter, and then I will tear it to tiny little pieces and make you all cry, which is how I like it.
You'll Neil Adams it for them.
Oh, does he do that? God bless you guys.